Hello, my loves, and welcome to May 2021. I hope you're so excited. I am. I'm so excited for this month ahead. You have no idea. Further moving into June and July specifically. Hello, welcome. I am your Madam President of the Artegan, as well as your favorite witchy Auntie Natalie, spelled Natalee. And this is how I'm going to do this. We're going to do a big overall. I'm going to give you guys the big vision, the big picture of May 2021, what we can expect collectively in our energy fields. And then I'm going to break it down more granularly and get us into the 12 sign zodiac of what you can expect. So make sure to watch for your sun, your moon, and your rising. This won't be the full monthly. That'll be over on Patreon, and I will make it available for individual purchase. The timestamps will be down below, and next to the timestamp, there will be a link. So when you don't see a link, it's not up yet. But when you see a link, then it's up and you can purchase it, or you can join the Patreon. It's over and it's included with the Patreon. It has Patreon, the tiers have unlimited. So once you have access to that tier, you have access to all of the previous month's content of tiers. So it's pretty cool. Okay, and then after that, after the 12 sign breakdown, if you're interested, if you're curious, if it doesn't put you off or if it doesn't scare you, feel free to stay on for some energy work to do with me, as well as further guidance and recipes and other things you can do to further make May 2021 a smashing success. Okay, let's jump into this. So overall, this month is really, really interesting and really, really sweet, and it's going to be a lot. You're going to be very busy. There's going to be a lot going on, especially in terms of curveballs and things that you're dealing with out of the blue all of a sudden. But it'll be fun and it's going to be interesting. And when I say interesting, I don't mean just for me. I mean for you too. You're going to be interested. You're going to be like, what's that? You're going to be wanting to explore, wanting to learn, wanting to grow, essentially. So values are going to click for you, and that's going to lead you on a whole different path. There's divine timing at play. It's going to be easier to trust in the cosmos. There's going to be healing involved. There's going to be opportunities, and those are going to be interesting for you too. Different timelines are going to link up again and snap into place. Things are going to speed up immediately after waiting, and then all of it happens. So it's going to be a month very rich in learning, teaching, personal growth, and camaraderie, and socializing, and collaborating, working together, making new friends, making new acquaintances, enjoying each other on a superficial level. And remember, superficial isn't negative. It isn't bad. You guys, my golden oldies have heard me talk on the channel about how we would rather understand than judge, because when you judge, you don't understand anymore. You've abandoned that. So superficial, it just means what it means. It's just topical. It's just, wetting the beak. The Godfather again. So it must have wet my beak. And so it's just sort of, the surface of it, just getting into something. And, it's the sizzle, not the steak. Thank you. That's so Geminian. Okay. So that's the overall. And I know I threw a lot out there. I'm going to break it down. Until May 11th, we are still in the energy of the waning full moon in Scorpio. This was a super moon. This one, everyone felt, everyone was zinged, everyone, emotions coming up to the surface, like in a very big, loud, wet, crying type of way. So on the second, we have Mercury squaring Jupiter trining Pluto. Let it go. There's going to be something, let it go. Don't be stubborn. Look at what is frustrating you around this day and try to let it go. Just try. Okay. On the third, there's a lot going on. We have the quarter moon, the waning, losing in light quarter moon in Aquarius. This is a crisis in consciousness. We're challenged to accept who we really are. And there are parts of ourselves that maybe we try to force and change and make different, but ultimately, that's who we are. That's who we are. And we have to work with that. We have to make it the best we possibly can, and we have to move forward. So because that Iranian Aquarian influence, it's wanting to be valued for being different, but there's also that alienation that comes with being different. So it's going to be a little bit like that. Also on the third, we have the sun squaring Saturn. You could be checked by a higher authority, or you could be getting added responsibilities, or just become aware of a lot of responsibility for yourself or for whatever you're responsible for. We also on that same day have Mercury entering Gemini. So this is where your master plan sort of begins. However, you will need to go back. Gemini is a sign of duality, of having lots of options, having lots of possibilities, enjoying those possibilities, enjoying the superficial, enjoying acquaintances, communicating. However, it's also the sign of doing something twice or going back and doing something over again. And we will have Mercury retrograding in Gemini in a little bit. So just know that wherever the Geminian area of your life is, that's what will need to be retooled. You're going to be going back to rework it and make it better ultimately, okay? Then on the 6th of May, we have Venus trining Pluto retrograde. This is your love nature. This is relationally, you're being changed and transformed by Pluto, releasing past issues. So whether you are in a relationship or like a romantic relationship, or you're single, or it's your family, or it's your friends, relationally, you're going through, that's a day where something is going to happen, or you could have a realization or a thought, or, a message comes in, something that does sort of change you there. That does change you there. On the 8th, we have Venus squaring Jupiter. And so there's another tweak in updating your values and fleshing them out. So value is going to be such a big theme of this month. So really pay attention to everything. Pay attention to what you're feeling, what you're thinking, and the things that are just percolating in the back, okay? And then that brings us to the May 11th Taurus new moon. Speaking of values, this is a new moon where you are beginning this new cycle by making choices that are grounded in your values and your evolving values. So you're like I said, you're gonna have a lot of information coming in, a lot of messages, and maybe meeting a lot of new people, and you're gonna have to make some decisions. And those decisions are going to be a direct link to these values and to what you want. So you're gonna want to get clear on what you want. I'm gonna be live streaming. I live stream every new moon and full moon and all the eclipses. So I'll be here to really get in deep and really, take us through it every step of the way. But there's new information that comes in. And on the 12th is when it gets serious and structured. Okay, so around the 12th, really close to the new moon, like the next day, it's emotional. So there may be like an emotional commitment, like a lot comes in, a lot of information or choices or options come in. And listen to your emotions, because that's going to tell you what you want to commit to and what you do want structured in that. Okay. And then the 13th, it will be easier to trust from then on. From the 13th on, it will be easier to trust what you were afraid to back from May 2010 to March 2019. And that's because of Jupiter entering the sign of Pisces. Now, when Jupiter enters Pisces, he's going to be covering the tracks that Chiron went over. I wrote it down. Hold on. Yeah, May 2010 to March 2019. Chiron went through Pisces. And so that made everyone really insecure about believing and trusting and having faith. And you know what I'm saying? So it's like when we have Jupiter moving into its home, like this, Jupiter loves Pisces. It gets to expand all of that faith and belief and not necessarily with it's some wisdom, but you guys can see my packages are on the way. But right now, this is just like a piece of tape with like my cotton round for my Okay. So that from the 13th on, and before the 13th, like around the 12th, before a planet leaves, they usually give a little gift. So there might be something in there with that Jupiter and Aquarius area of your life. Now, they won't stay there. So Jupiter won't stay in Pisces for the whole year. They will go retrograde. So what's it like July? I think the end of July is what, 2.5 months. Yeah, 2.5 months that Jupiter will be in Pisces. So we're going to get a little taste of what it's going to be. Okay. So pay attention to what's coming up and what you're wanting to believe and what's easier to let go of, especially themes like forgiveness and trusting in the unknown. Go back to May 2010 to March 2019 and see what you were afraid of, or just see what was happening, because this was a time where it's like you knew, but you didn't trust yourself. You knew something, but you didn't trust what you knew. You didn't. Okay. So when Jupiter moves into Pisces, beginning the 13th of May, it'll be easier for you. Those porous boundaries that's so like Piscean, Neptunian, it'll be like more friendly, you'll be more trusting of yourself and more trusting of what you know. So we're also going to see a major boost in spirituality, in interest in spirituality, interest in out of body experiences, interest in the occult, interest in esoteric studies. So um, that'll be cool. I mean, I'm obviously excited because it means so much goodness for humanity and raising consciousness. Okay. May 16th, we have the sun trining Pluto retrograde. What you began at the Taurus new moon May 11th will now gain more energy and power. On the 18th, expect love, beauty, money, affectionate, um, caresses, like just anything beautiful and loving and valuable, maybe even money, and information to come into illuminate the path for you, give you more of a clue about where you want to go. But it's going to be something enjoyable, something you love, a person, a relationship. It's going to be something you see. It's going to be something aesthetic. It's going to be self-care. You go to the spa, you take really good care of yourself, you cook a fantastic feast. It's going to be something like that, but it's going to show you, you're going to have that moment where you see a little bit more of your future, a little bit more of the path ahead of you. Okay. On the 19th, we have the first quarter moon in Leo. So there may be a challenge to test values or need to commit to them. This is like a crunchy part of the month where you have all this new information coming in. There's all these there's all these opportunities, all of these possibilities, and you want to choose one. You want to commit to one. So it's either the commitment or it's a challenge that tests what you really want and tests your values, okay? And then on the 20th, we have the sun entering Gemini. Our focus really pulls into the new options and information that we're getting, that we're sending out. Our focus moves more to people. And like I said, that more superficial socialization and acquaintances. And, there may be an opening up there for socializing and for connecting digitally as well. Like maybe something new comes out, or a new platform tries to come out, or new features on a platform come, but people's minds are going to be wanting to link up. So whether that happens in the physical, fleshy 3D way, or whether it happens on the internet. Okay. And then on the 20th, is that still the 20th? It is still so the same day we have the sun square Jupiter. That's right. Okay. So we could be overwhelmed with how much information we're getting, or we might have to do something over. Like we're taking in so much and we're maybe trying to do a lot, like do a lot of errands or do a lot of small things, or, you have to take your car to the mechanic and drop off your kid and then take the dog to get shampooed and then pick up your spouse's something from the somewhere. It's like there might be a lot, like you're either very mobile, you're moving around, or you have to make an adjustment, you have to do something over again or some such. And then the 22nd, we have Mercury squaring Neptune. Okay, so this is an aspect where you're being disillusioned. You're being disillusioned from the disillusionment that you experienced previously, and you're finding out about it now. So it's like you thought something, or you believed that something was going to happen a certain way, or you thought you put in the right thing and you find out that you did it wrong, or a person lied to you and it comes out, or you lied to someone and it comes out. It's something like that, okay? The 23rd is when Saturn stations retrograde. He will station retrograde from the 23rd of May to October 10th, 2021. He goes direct that day, and then he gets out of the shadow of that retrograde January 10th, 2022. This is karma. I'm a Saturn baby girl, so it's karma. It's karma, it's timing. It's like being in detention and seeing the teacher pick up a book and start reading. So the attention is off of you, the heat's off of you, but you're still in detention a little bit. Not like this is going to feel like detention. It's not. It's going to be more karmic situations and people returning from the past in order to work something out now, and to internalize this sort of authority, internalize what you're trying to learn. And so you're going to be getting it more from the inside than outside authorities, forcing it upon you, so to speak. So it's a little bit lighter of a pressure, the pressure lifts a little bit, but there's always work to be done. So, okay. You're still learning. We're all still learning. Okay. That brings us to May 26th, the Sagittarius total lunar eclipse. Okay. Expect a startling, emotional grand finale to what you will come to realize is no longer your truth. Lunar eclipses have like this jolting, jarring effect where you could really see the true character of someone, or something becomes like blazingly obvious and it puts an abrupt end to something. So watch, I mean, you're not okay. It's okay to feel sentimental. It's okay to dream of people of the past. It's okay. The lunar eclipse makes us aware of the passage of time. So that's why you may be more nostalgic and you're more, if you're like, well, isn't Sagittarius, I'm supposed to be like looking to the future and traveling and this and that. Well, it's a total lunar eclipse. So it's a very emotional, and that's going to make us sentimental, thinking about the past as well. Okay. So, while there will be unexpected random events and situations coming up, they'll be triggered by an event happening elsewhere in your life that's out of control, that's out of your control. Okay. It's completely outside of your control. Like, you're not going to have any kind of reach to that thing, to that event, or that situation unfolding. Because it's a lunar eclipse, your attempts to either hold on to or otherwise reverse this release, or like try to not let it go, if you're like really fighting and struggling against the universe here, it'll just be futile, what have you, since it's going to be final. Total lunar eclipses are pretty final. Okay, now if you're acting in another context, in another situation, you may have to respond to something immediately. It may be a crisis coming up, something that you are answering, okay? Keyword answering. Make sure you do so passionately and full of integrity. You want to act and behave in the highest philosophy. That's why the Artican here, we're all about truth, love, and integrity. That's all you have to concern yourself with, and your own personal self growth, development, whatever that is. But, as far as like dealing with the outside world and outside people, you want to stick to truth, love, and integrity. It's just cleaner karma that way. Okay. That's why I just keep it super simple. Okay. Expect forces of great change with roots in broadening your understanding of yourself, your life, and the world, as well as the sensory, mental, media, intuitional, cosmic information and messages you are getting and sending out to inform your philosophy. All of our personal life philosophies are tested in our lifestyle. So if you are feeling like a little bit lost or confused, you always look at your lifestyle. Look at what you're doing every single day. And if you don't know where to start by writing down every single thing of every day. Like, take one day, write down what time you wake up, what is the next thing that you do, what time is it, everything you're eating and drinking. Just don't change anything. Just do what you normally do, or what you want to, just do whatever you want to do, but just write it down. And then the next day, that's your lifestyle. That's your value system. That's your health. That's your love, your priorities. Because your life is in the everyday, in every moment. And I know people say live in the moment. Live in your moment. Don't worry about like the broader things that are outside of your control and getting really wrought up and stressed out about it. Live in your moment, where you physically are right now, what's in front of you, how do you feel, what's going on. Do you have food? Do you have shelter? Do you have clothing? Are you clean? Do you have running water? You know what I'm saying? Like, really take a look at your life in your moment, though. Okay? Okay. Okay, May 28th is interesting. There should be good news. There should be a sweet message, affection, or just encouragement coming in to support you on your way. On May 30th, oh gosh, okay, now Mercury retrograde activates this process. So this is where we are. Now Mercury stations retrograde May 30th, activates this process of going back to options, ideas, information, and our own broadcast messaging that we're sending out to our people, our pets, and the cosmos in our lives to evaluate, discard, and strengthen. So we're going to be going through everything in that Gemini area of life with a fine-tooth comb, like in Spaceballs. Comb the desert. So, but really, to comb through and see what we don't need, what's no longer appropriate to our level of maturation and growth, and what we do really value and really like, and what ideas we really do want to run with. Okay. And then, okay, so the Mercury retrograde is until June 22nd is when it stations direct, and then it gets out of the shadow July 7th. And then the last day of the month, May 31st, something fated, destined, arrives in divine timing. Today, a wish comes true, something crucially important is revealed. Communication and information illuminates more of your path and your soul growth. So I'm telling you guys, this month is a really busy month. There's a lot going on. There's so many good positive things, but also just enough to keep us always on our feet, always learning. And it is, like I said, very Geminian in the sense of um, taking in a lot of information. So there will be a lot more coming to the surface as the days unfold. I'll be here doing the weeklies, doing the live streams. I'll be over on Patreon doing the classes and even more additional readings. So let's go ahead and move into your 12 sign breakdown of how this is going to briefly affect all 12 zodiac signs. So, hello, my dear Aries, Sun, Moon, and Risings. Welcome to May 2021, your very brief Scooby Snack overview of what you can expect in the month of May ahead. So, my loves, this is very much a proving month for you. And I mean that in a way that you are going to be proving to yourself who you really are, what you're really about, what really matters to you. Because about starting at about, 11 days into the month, 11, 12 days into the month is when you're going to start this new cycle of looking for that, looking for your value. You're going to be improving your self-esteem in some way, shape, or form, starting, like I said, around the 11th, 12th of the month. And you're going to be seeing things in life or physical things or whatever it is for you, relationships, career, items, physical, big ticket items that you really want, that you really care about. And I just want you to stay open to the details and stay open to the how it all comes together, because there's going to be a major focus on trying and, like I said, on proving. So it's going to be more towards the end of the month, Aries, that you're going to be really challenged to redefine by letting go of some long held ideas and beliefs that are not in alignment with your value system, that are not who you are, that are not what your soul came here to experience. And it's okay to let these things go. It's okay to, what I tell people, I'll tell people, I can change my mind based on new information. I can change my position based on new information. So I'd like you to have that same attitude, Aries, where you can change your mind, you can change your position, you can change and update and grow without sticking yourself to one narrow idea or one narrow way of seeing something, or even seeing yourself, or things that you do want or didn't want, and let that evolve and grow and change too. But it's going to be the end of the month where you are going to finish a really big chapter there. There could be unexpected things coming up that really cause you to like question God, question the universe, what's real, what's not real, what's possible, what's what's possible. There's going to be synchronicities that are going to be leading you and moving you along your path, and you may even question those synchronicities. You may even question those, you know, you may gaslight yourself about what you're experiencing. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you're going to be asking these big questions. You're going to be asking these questions either because you want to, because the best way to work this energy is for you, Aries, get clear on what you want while staying open to the possibilities and the potentialities of how that could happen and come into play. Do the best you can with what you have, but stay open, really open to anything kind of happening. And then to work on improving your self-esteem, your health, when I say health, I mean your teeth specifically. Your teeth, your mouth, what you're eating, what you're putting into your body. and then to lean into the idea of letting go of whatever is making you feel really frustrated or scared or insecure at the end of the month. You may also have to answer to a crisis. You may also have to answer to, there may be something happening far away from you. There may be something happening overseas with someone in another part of the world that you can't get to them, or you know what I'm saying? And it may really frustrate you. It may really challenge what you think about even traveling, even education. There may be, if you are a student, there may be real educational difficulties, or something with the school system, or something with scholastic realms. Okay, so like I said, just try to lean into that energy of asking yourself questions. What is no longer my truth? What am I naturally, curiously being drawn to explore in order to get closer to my truth? What am I now ready to let go of that I don't want to identify with anymore? Because that's the thing, people identify with their opinions so they don't feel like they can change them because they are scared to change their identity. But your identity is not your opinions. Your opinions are not your identity. You'll see. There may also be a sense of forced freedom coming upon you where this may have to do with hospitals or an institution of some sort, of prison, an ashram, something like that. So there may be something going on there, or where you get let go of some institution, or you get let go of a travel thing, or there's something that might change in your neighborhood that really, like, you could get fired from the, I don't know if you can do that, like kick someone off the board, the local association board or something. There could be something coming up there. There's gonna be something that kicks it off. I am not getting too specific and granular about what it is specifically that defies the nature of the eclipse, because it'll be very unexpected and it'll be out of your control. But like I said, just respond with integrity and passion. Let yourself be the passionate person that you are, but just show up with the integrity too. Okay. Okay, Aries, thank you. Hello, my dear Tauruses, Taurus Town. Welcome to May 2021. Okay, my dear Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Risings. You are going to be feeling about the 11th, 12th of May. That's when you're going to start your new cycle. So the first part of the month, you're still flushing out things. You're still flushing out, what's relationally not working between you and someone else, or between you and people. And you're really kind of still checking yourself. You're like, this does not feel good. This person does not feel good. This relationship doesn't feel good. And what does feel good? And I want more of that. So that'll be like the first part of the month for you. But from the 11th, 12th is when you have this whole new rebirth. You're like, I'm coming now. Like, this is your new moon of the month. Happy birthday, Tauruses. This is when you have a really fantastic insight into what you want, who you want to be with, what you want to achieve, what you want for yourself, what you want for your life. And I'm just going to say, try staying open-minded and flexible to the details of that and how it falls into place. And you're going to be getting a lot of support for making these things a reality. This may even be a powerful new beginning in your own personal growth cycle, Taurus, where you are, how do I put it's like you could start a new health kick where you're like, I'm gonna I'm gonna run triathlons, or I'm gonna do this or that, or get my body really this, or I'm gonna, there's some overhaul happening with you. Okay, that's what I'm trying to say. There's a huge overhaul with you, and this is still going to affect the relationships for you, but it's going to be more you centered. It's going to be more you centered. Whereas, with the Scorpio full moon that you're going to be under still the first week or so, that was like relationships, something going on there. Whereas you're ready for your own focus. You're ready to put the focus back into yourself, onto yourself. So it'll be good for you to check in with yourself around the 11th, 12th to see how you're feeling about other people and your relationships, and how you're really feeling about yourself, because you're likely going to be feeling kind of like a boost. There's going to be something that just clicks for you about your own personal value systems, how you value yourself, and any personal projects that are really important to you. You're going to want to push those to the front of the line, where you're like, this is my project. Oh, this is my thing. This is my baby. This is my person. This is my creative passion. This is my, it's going to be like, oh my gosh, it's going to come in, it's going to flush into you, and you're going to realize that's what I want. That's what I really want. Maybe it feels good to want things, because it feels good to that short term, what's it called? The endorphin, like going out and getting hot fries, and then going home and waiting until you get comfy, and then you just inhale the whole bag of hot fries, and you get that hit of satisfaction and endorphins. It feels good to want things, because then we get them, and it feels good to get things. But then they did a study that the happiness level is, before you get the thing that you want, it spikes, but then like immediately afterwards, it goes right back down to the same level of happiness as it was before for shopping. And so it's like you might have been feeling that way about people and relationships and other personal projects and other things in your life, but there's going to be something coming in over those from the 11th to the 26th for you, Taurus, where you're just like, no, no, quality over quantity. I want the steak. I'm not going for the McDonald's. I know what I really, really want. Really, like a kid asking for a Christmas present. I know what I really want. Okay. So, like I said, just be really flexible and open-minded to the details. Don't try to be stubborn about making it like fit a certain way. Don't try to make the people fit. Don't try to make the just try to stay as open-minded as possible, because it's the thing itself that's important. What's around it, it's like flexible. Okay. Okay. Let's see what else. Yeah, you're just going to know what really matters to you. Like it's a big one. It's your new moon. So, hey Taurus. Okay. And then near the end of the month, that's when there's a big, huge shift for you financially. This has to do with a form of borrowing, lending. There's an end to you dealing with other people's energies in a certain way. So it's not going to be like the status quo anymore. There could be some power struggles. You might need to let go of something, Taurus, that is really like the way you'll experience it is not even how I'm talking about. I'm trying to get really close to it. It's going to feel like it's part of you. So how to let go of like my shoulders? How can I just let that go? I can't. It's like part of my structure. It's part of my structure. So there can be something coming up at the end of the month, the 26th, a couple days leading up to the 26th even, that triggers some internal power issues, some internal power struggles. If you're a possessive sign, Taurus, you're possessive. All the fixed signs are possessive. It's not just you. And you're going to have to trust. You're going to want to, I feel like it's going to come through your network, your social circle, your friends, your friendships, your groups, your associations, if you are a humanitarian in any way, shape, or form. However, you want to look at the synchronicities, because those synchronicities are showing you the path. They're moving you along on the path. You're going to be asking yourself, you're going to be going deep. You're going to be going really, really deep, Taurus. Okay, like into your own power issues where you've been giving too much power away. So for some of you, it's going to be that too, where you've been giving too much power away and it's time to take some of your power back, and like trying to focus on what really matters, what you really care about, and surrendering everything else, letting everything go. And if there's been an imbalance in any relationships for you, Taurus, financially and energetically, that's probably going to end, and it might be very abrupt. It might be very sudden, out of the blue. Okay. So this is the forced freedom energy of the total lunar eclipse in Sagittarius. So you may come to an abrupt end of these power issues, of these power struggles, and not even people and finances. This could be an addiction. This can be a really bad habit. This could be a way of thinking about yourself that's really negative. This could be an obsession. This could be, anything that has had power over you that you have not been able to master. Okay. Oh, I've spent a long time on Taurus. Okay. All right, Taurus, thank you. Gemini. Hello, my dear Geminis. Welcome to your May 2021. Holy moly, Masacholi, you guys have the eclipses in your axis. So this is a big one for you. It's a big new moon for you. Let's dive in. So up until the 11th, you're still gushing out the Scorpio full moon. And so you're still getting rid of things, letting things go. And it's at the new moon, the 11th. It's at the new moon on the 11th that you start a whole new cycle psychologically, a whole new karmic cycle. This is happening in your 12th house of secret, sorrow, self-undoing. You could learn about a secret someone's been keeping from you. You could be really ramping up. If you work in an institution, if you work at a hospital, if you work at a prison, if you work at an ashram, do people work at ashrams? I don't know. Well, any sort of institutional type place or retreat, if you work at a retreat, if you work anywhere where people go to go away from people, for whatever reason, there's a new start there for you. There's a new beginning there. Also health, okay? Gemini, take really good care of your health, because especially leading up to the 11th and at the 11th in the middle of the month, like there could just be a lot of, like you can't sleep or you have racing thoughts or there's a lot of activity there. So you may find it very difficult to sleep and you might start taking something for that. And then you get groggy and then you start, during the day taking something to keep you up and then taking something to get you down at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? And that's not healthy. It's not good for you. So, and I'm not even talking about like getting your hands on illegal drugs or prescription drugs that you are not prescribed for. I mean, even coffee. I'm talking even sugar. Yeah. All of those manipulative sort of things that you're using to, and we don't need those illustrations. I don't know why I do them. So just be careful there, because that's just like on a more mundane level. This is definitely something coming to the surface of your attention in the middle of May, Gemini, about maybe even yourself, about yourself. It could be like you recover a repressed memory, or you discover something about yourself, or you have a realization about yourself or about your childhood or how you grew up or something like that. Okay, you're going to be dealing with it, but listen, you're going to know, this is going to help you figure out what really matters to you. This is what's going to help you know what you want based on your own psychological experience of yourself, of your own life, because it doesn't matter what happens with anybody else, what you do or say or don't say. It's your quality of life that you have to take into consideration, and that's what should matter. So, because I'm saying that because there's going to be like this huge emphasis on people and relationships in the later half of the month. So in the middle of the month, actually the beginning to the middle of the month is going to be more focused on your health, on what you're doing every single day. And hopefully if you watch the overview, I talked about how all of our philosophies, every single one of us, our life philosophy is in our lifestyle. It's tested in our lifestyle. So if you just log every little thing that you do every single day, what you eat, what you drink, when you eat, when you drink, when you go to the bathroom, what you do, who you talk to, like if you just write it down for a full day, just like a diary, like a journal, and then you read it the next day, that's your life. I mean, you can do that for a whole week if you do a lot of different things every day, if you never have the same day twice. And you can really look and see what your life is of. What is your life made of? That's your lifestyle. That's your philosophy. That's your life's philosophy. Those are your values. Those are your priorities. So for you, Gemini, I would probably focus on doing that, or at least taking a look at that and thinking about that from the beginning to about, pretty much for the whole month, beginning through the middle of the month, because Otherwise, your body will start to break down or it'll start to act out. You'll get a rash, you'll get sick, you'll get a compromised immune system. You won't feel good. You'll feel like, oh, when you're like, oh, you're eating like a gas station burger or something. You know what I'm saying? And you're like, it's like, you know what I'm talking about. Okay. So, and then the later half of the month, my dear Geminis, is when you've got the total lunar eclipse in Sagittarius, 26th of May. This is the end of a relationship, the end of a relationship, the end of relating to people in a certain way, the end of interacting with the public in a certain way, the end of any prominent one-on-one relationship. And I do not believe you will see this coming. If you're wanting to end a relationship, I would not recommend doing it at this time. Only because eclipses are not the time to take actions. Not the time to take actions. Eclipses, we have to respond. That's what they're for. That's like the best you can get out of it, is to respond in the best way that we can. But as far as things can blow up in our faces when we try to use it, try to act on an eclipse, because it's going to go so sideways. It's going to go in a way that don't you just don't know. Okay. So if you try to resist this relationship ending, it's going to be so much worse. It's going to blow up in your face. It's going to blow up. Okay. And this is going to be something, this could be related to a job. This could even be like a job ending, you get fired or you fire someone or something like that. But it's going to really test you. It's really going to make you ask yourself. This could be a big synchronistic event. If you get fired, if you get let go, if you get dumped or whatever, go with it, go with the flow, try to act as gracefully and as with as much integrity as possible, because you're going to be prompted to ask yourself, what is no longer my truth? What am I being driven to explore about myself? It's going to be the end on the other side, either with a relationship or a person or, the public or the job or the career. But you're going to be learning and looking for more information about yourself and the role you play in all of it. And, what were you responsible for cleaning your side of the street? Okay. So you really are ready to let go of something, Gemini. Trust me on this. Trust that. And at the end of the month, it will be easier for you to see that. You're going to see that whatever is ending or whatever is transforming, that there's going to be a synchronistic divine timing type of quality to it, where it will still be easier for you to trust in the cosmos. There will be a challenge to that. You may have a partner that doesn't agree with you. You may have yourself that doesn't agree with you. However, just know let my words sink into your subconscious, because that's what it is. You really are letting go of some idea of a person, or relating to people in a certain way, relating to the public in a certain way, or working with your clients or your patients or your whoever in a certain way, your spouse, your husband, your best friend. Something ending there, but with every ending comes a new beginning. So just saying. Okay. Hello, my dear Cancer, Sun, Moon, Risings. Welcome to May 2021, to your brief overview. Okay, my dearies. So until the 11th, you're still going to be purging out and making the adjustments, having the realizations that you need, the experiences that you've got to have in order to keep fleshing things out of the Scorpio full moon from Monday, the 26th of April. Okay. Now, from about the 3rd, you could notice that you are like having difficulty sleeping again, even more, because your mind is racing. You might be having a lot of ideas, a lot of creativity, a lot of but it's like mental chatter. It's a lot going on behind the scenes. It's a lot of maybe even racing thoughts, or hopefully not obsessive thoughts, but hopefully it's racing thoughts of creativity. But just keep that in mind, because things are going to get a lot busier. It's gonna get a lot busier for you. So on the 11th is that Taurus new moon. And for you, my dear Cancers, from the 11th to the 26th, you're really going to be socializing and getting yourself out there and making new friends, new acquaintances, putting a lot of energy into your social circles, into your friendships, into your connections. These are the people that you choose to be around, the ones you want to be around by choice. So this is also really good for any sort of, like, if you want to launch something that supports your career, like an advertising thing or a campaign or something, that would be the time to do it. This is going to be really great for you because you are getting so clear about the direction of your life and where you want it to go and what you want for your, the future, long term. So um, something's going to click for you. That's what I'm trying to say. Something is just going to click for you, fall into place. You're going to understand it. You're going to understand what you want. You're going to understand what you need. You're going to understand what really matters to you. So just stay grounded in what truly matters to you and just keep an open mind as to how it manifests. Keep an open mind as to the details around it. Remain flexible, remain, open as to how it comes together and from who and with who and how it all kind of falls into place. So don't have your heart set on one person or one thing or one idea. Just have your values. Just have, well, I know I want this, like just boil it down until there's no more detail and no more filigree over it. Boil it down to what it really is about it that you want, whether it's a kind of relationship or a career or like a life path, whatever it is. What about it is so meaningful to you? What about it is very grounding for you? What about it provides value to you? And hopefully you can like let go of those superficial or those, things that you would have been inflexible about before, but now that you're boiling it down, you're like, it's not even why I want this thing. So that, because over those next 2 weeks, from the 11th to the 26th, there's going to be so many developments. There's going to be so much happening. So much happening. There's going to be a new way of doing something, a new path opening up for you, a new path opening up for you that you didn't see before or that wasn't there before. So I'm not saying that you're going to miss it, but I'm just saying I don't want you to judge it. I don't want you to judge it before it even has a chance. Something's going to open up. It could even be through one of your friends or one of your friendships or an acquaintance, or maybe even like online activity. If you do social media for your business or for your work, it could be that would be a great time to post and to get out there and to really show people what you care about, what matters to you, and other people might really connect with that. So if any of you work in that field, or you could add that to what you do, that would be a great time as well. There's a lot of power and support for you, Cancer, throughout the middle of May, and it's connected to divine timing. So there's divine timing at play, and it's really powerful. That it's very supportive. It's very supportive of your dreams and your goals, and um, there's a lot of support for what you determine. So if you make up your mind you're going to shut something out, then it's out. And the universe supports that because it's your free will choice. But if you stay open-minded and you just know like the values, like the grounding and the kernel, the nucleus of what you really want and what really matters to you, and you stay flexible and open, the universe can bring in forms of support for what you determine, and then you look at it and you say, oh, that looks great, let me check this out, let's be curious, and then it all works out and something comes together, it leads you somewhere else, and then one thing leads to another. You know what I'm saying? So just don't prejudge anything. Okay. Why do I keep feeling these right there? Okay, so as we move to the end of May, my dear Cancerian Sun, Moon, Rising, we've got, okay. So for you Cancers, this is going to be, the end of May is really big for you in terms of taking care of yourself. Okay. There's going to be a lot going on in your world. It is crucial. It is crucial that you take care of yourself. Absolutely. Without a doubt. You really want to listen to your body, listen to what you need. If you're trying to push yourself through work, stop, take a break, shut your mind off to it, turn off your electronics, put it in another room, and let yourself soak in the bathtub. Let yourself read a little bit of a book. Let yourself look out the window for 20 minutes straight. Give yourself that love, give yourself that reprieve, and you will come back to work fresh and more productive. Okay. That's one example, but whatever it is that's overwhelming you and stressing you out at the end of the month, you want to put as much energy and effort as you are in worrying about this thing into taking care of yourself. So if you're feeling out of control, if you're feeling frustrated at work, if you are feeling, overwhelmed or whatever it is, clean, do the dishes, make food for yourself, make a dessert, bake, go for a walk. You know what I'm saying? Do something good for your environment, for your home, for your body. Make pizza dough and put it in the fridge when you're done and let it, be there for a day or two before you make your pizza, for later. Or, whatever your forms of that happen to be, whether it's transplanting plants, transpotting, potting plants, whether that's going to the plant shop and getting a new plant, whether that is giving your dog a bath, whether that is, what else could it be? I just feel like near the end of the month, Cancer, it's going to just be really important for you to prioritize either mental health or prioritize spiritual practices. Now, it can be both. However, I just feel like whatever the thing is for you, whatever the thing is for you that is keeping you up at night or overwhelming you or stressing you out, there's only one answer, and it's taking care of yourself. Okay. So the end of the month is going to be a huge major ending of whatever was unhealthy about your day to day, whatever was unhealthy about your lifestyle. And that's because it doesn't fit in with your values. That's because it doesn't fit in with what's your truth anymore. Because you're evolving and you're growing, and it's like you're done with it. It's over. There could also be an end to a day job. This isn't your career. This is work you do to keep the lights on. This is a gig. This is waitressing or doing handiwork or additional work. There could be like an abrupt, stark end to that. Okay. So, yeah. And it's going to, yeah. Let me hold on. 7, 8, 9. Oh, okay. So what's cool about this too is that there's going to be, you will either be a mentor and you will need to take really good care of yourself because you will be a source of help for others, or you will take on a mentor, and maybe even both, where there may be someone there to help show you the way in some wonderful new thing that you're starting, or you're learning something new, you're taking a class, or you're just learning, broadening your horizons, or going somewhere in your mind or in a book, or physically you might be going somewhere too. So yeah, prepare for that at the end. Prepare for that at the end of the month, Cancer, and count on being really great at taking care of yourself, because that starts right now. That's like always, you know what I'm saying? So get into really good habits, into really good grooves, so that your body just knows what to do when something really big happens, because this will be outside of your control. This will be connected. This big event or this thing will happen from another event in your life, somewhere else in your life, and that will be out of your control. So you will just be able to respond with dignity and integrity, grace, love. That's why what I preach here is truth, love, and integrity. If you align with those vibrations, you don't have to concern yourself with anything else. Okay. Okay. Hello, my dear Leos. Welcome to your May 2021. Okay, Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising. Let's take a look at what's going on for you. So, okay, until the 11th of May, you're still going to be fleshing out things that are a little bit toxic or a little bit unhealthy or a little bit or a lot less than satisfactory in regards to your home, your foundations, what makes you feel really grounded and centered and secure and loved and well fed, well nurtured, well supported. Whether that's your actual house that you're doing renovations on, or that's your family that should be supporting you no matter what, or whether that is your your mother could be involved in some way, shape, or form, or the dominant or the more nurturing parent. So you're still going to be going through things there. It'll be more at the 11th and moving forward from there that there's this huge new start for you in your career. This isn't just your career. This is your legacy, what you're going to be leaving behind after you transition. So it's going to be way more important to you. There's going to be a reason for that, but you're going to be getting clear on what you want for yourself, for your legacy, for your progeny, if that's important to you. How are you going to leave your essence of who you are in this world after you pass on, after you transition? This has to do with authority, not only external authority, but your personal authority in yourself and how confident you feel in your authority for real, for real. So, my dear Leos, this could be the start of a new job, the start of a new career endeavor. You could be in a position of influence. You could be in a position of, you could be promoted. You could be put in a position of power and authority, or you could be in a more visible position to the public. You can be, this might come about in a little bit of a strange way or in a little bit of an odd way, but just go with it. This is interesting because you're a fixed sign. This Taurus is your 10th house. It's a fixed sign. I'm going to say it, but we'll see. Okay, so just try to stay grounded. Try to stay grounded in what you really want, because you want to boil down everything that doesn't matter, that doesn't really matter. And so you're going to have that moment. You're going to have moments over this month, especially after the 11th, where it clicks. Something just clicks for you about what does matter, what you do care about. And that's what you want to hold on to. And ask yourself, why does this matter so much to me? What is it about this thing that I want that matters, that really matters? Because there could be a new career opening up for you, or a new way to look at your career, or a new opportunity for your career. Maybe you're collaborating with someone. Maybe you are bringing something new into your repertoire. Maybe you are getting a new logo. Maybe, it's like a brand refresh or something. So it's a new path that you didn't see before. And you just want to stay open-minded, Leo. You just want to stay open-minded, and you want to stay flexible regarding the details of what this is, how it's going to come together, and how it does come together. So there's going to be a lot of support for whatever you determine, for whatever you decide. So just keep that in mind, that you do have a lot of energy in your everyday. So it looks like you can probably be really effective in your life on the day to day. Like you probably get a lot done. Like you're probably really accomplished in your days. Like you have a lot of energy. Okay. And it's very supportive. So whatever you do see that you want for yourself, you can, as long as you boil it down to what really matters, okay, as long as you do that, there's a lot of support for you making a lot of progress in doing that. Okay. Okay. Now getting towards the 26th, the end of the month, that is when you, my dear Leos, oh, okay. This is when there can be a very sudden, startling end, an abrupt end to a creative project, a relationship that you're getting to know someone, dating, not marriage, not committed partnership, dating. Someone that you're dating that could just like end. Or if you're getting to know someone, you don't call it dating, you're doing whatever. Or a pet. So sorry. I hope that is not, I pray and hope, Leo, that that is not the case for you. I hope not, but it can be. It might be. It would be really fast, really sudden. It'd be very unexpected. Didn't see it coming. They're young. They're healthy. You know what I'm saying? So just, I have to be honest with you. I have to, I have to say what I have to say. And there's something with your heart that's ending, that's changing. There's something about your heart chakra that it's opening and opening and opening. And in order for it to continue to open and feel more, things have to end. Things have to flush out of this space, because it's preventing the higher vibrations from flowing in, and from circling, and from regulating, and from, you know what I'm saying? And from distributing those energies throughout your systems. So there is something that can be, it's going to be extremely emotional. It's going to be really emotional. here you are focusing on your work, focusing on the career and what you're leaving behind. I mean, this could even be like you find out that you are infertile, or you find out that you are, something happens, or like with that, like if you want to like have children and you can't, or you find out that, it could be something like that. It could be with a pet, something that you're dating could just like call it quits. It could be anything. It could be a creative collaboration that you're working on with someone that all of a sudden it's over and you're left like, what? But just know, Leo, that like I said, at the end of the month, ooh, you know what? For those of you that already have children, this could be related to them. They could be going through something that's like they could if that's the case, Leo, if you have something going on with your children, one of your children could either need an influx of cash. They could come to you and ask for cash, and you will have to make your decision then. Okay? Like they could be going through a crisis. They could be going through something big and dramatic. However, at the same time, there's a lot of healthy support for confidently, not egotistically, confidently taking in and sharing information in relation to you. It's like your friends are there. You have friends, you have your community of people, you have support for your career. So it may be that you've got to end a personal project in order to serve the goal of the group, or in order to do what's best for the community, or in order to, you may have to end an association, or, with someone you're dating, or, whatever, because they are not aligned with your vision. Okay. But you're going to be okay. You're going to be okay because you guys are super tenacious. So you can't budge the fixed signs. So whenever actually an eclipse can. I take that back. Eclipses, the cosmos can drag you, the universe can drag you, they can push you around, but nobody else can. No other human can do that for the Leo. So you might not feel like you're ready to let go of something. You might feel like you're not ready to let go of, I don't know, a way of life, or this thing, or this person, or this animal, or this whatever, but just you are this is like forced change upon you, and you have it in like one area of life where we don't want that kind of energy. So that's why I'm kind of like spending a little bit longer with you guys, like trying to soften it a little bit. um yeah, but just know that this month of May, I really feel like for you, Leos, you're going to be getting so much more about your higher purpose, because you have the focus on, you're already focusing on longevity. The beginning of the month, you're like flushing out toxic people, toxic energy exchanges that are clouding your vision, clouding your judgment, clouding your, I want this. This matters to me. It's all clouded and like blah, fogged up. So the beginning, you're still fleshing that out, but then you get to get crystal clear about what you want, where you're going, and stay open to the synchronicities, because with this ending, there will still be synchronistic events taking place. You're going to see it. So just believe it. Just take all of those notes, all those synchronistic notes, as clues for yourself, clues from the universe, messages from the universe, because it's going to make you ask yourself, and in terms of love and in terms of your heart, what's no longer your truth? What are you curious to learn more about? What are you ready to let go of that really isn't what you want to believe about yourself, life, people, and the world? In your commitments to your heart, in your commitments to what your heart wants, or what you think your heart wants. Letting go of preconceived notions and judgments about dating, about relationships, about children, about pets, animals, taking care of what you love. Okay. Okay. Hello, my dear Virgos, Sun, Moon, Rising. Welcome to May 2021. Okay, dearies. So until the 11th, the first, week or so, you're still flushing out the full moon. You're still flushing out ways of thinking, ideas, communications, weird little things like that. You're going to get a lot of support for that. You're going to get a lot of support for transforming this flushing and what you're letting go of into something that can replace all of that with a more stable or a more authentic outlook on life, a more authentic, I feel like I feel like mental processes are getting really cleaned out for you. So at the 11th, from the 11th to about the 26th, Virgo, you're going to be starting this new, you're going to know what matters to you in terms of, I would say, this is like you're questioning, is God real? What is God? What is the universe? What is life? What is my life philosophy? What's the meaning of life? This is what's being activated for you. And you're going to just be getting really clear on what you want, what really matters to you. It's going to click. It's going to be really revelatory, where you might even be in a position to, I would say, you might even be in a position, Virgo, to move ahead and move forward on something creatively based on what you really care about. It's going to be something that really aligns with your values, aligns with what you are discovering and curious about in the world, about life, in the universe. Like, are aliens real? Of course they are. It's going to be like that. It's going to be, you could start this huge odyssey where you are either traveling, you might be really traveling, but this is really more, you're considering out of body experiences. You're picking up information on astral travel. You are learning about all of the world religions. You are studying monkery, or I don't know, you're like interest. There's something that's like captivating you. There's something that is really like, oh my gosh, this is so broadening of my mind, and I'm so into it. I'm so curious. I want to eat it all up. I want to figure this out. I want to know. And it's like, the more you do that, the more you lean into it, it's all going to come together. You're going to be driven by your curiosity. You're going to be driven by a lot of new information coming in. So expect messages. Let's see, the 11th, what did I say? The 11th to the 26th. You're going to get messages, information, communication, a lot of options, potentialities, possibilities. You're going to have to make a choice. But that choice that you make is going to be based on what you value, what you care about, what really matters to you in terms of your personal philosophy. This will align with your personal philosophy, the choice that you make, and you are creatively supported. It could be a creative person or your child or a pet or a hobby that supports all of this. That's where the power is coming from. Okay. So that will support whatever you determine for yourself, whatever choice it is that you want to make. I like it. I think it's fantastic. I think this is wonderful energy for you, Virgo. I love to see it. My mother is a Virgo and she is a writer. So I'm loving to see that this new moon's happening in her ninth house. This could also be really great for, speaking of writing, for any writing endeavor, any kind of long distance, or this would be broader publishing. This would be more, this would be more like overseas international deals or business. It wouldn't be local area or little writing. This would be like the bigger, more globalized thing. Okay. Now you're going to be occupied with that for a few weeks, Virgo, from the 11th to the 26th. And then that's going to be getting a lot of power too. A lot more information, communicating, networking, talking to people, meeting new people, connecting people. And like I said, all of it is going to continue to show you what really matters to you, continue to show you what you really want. And it's like going to fall into place, click, 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 click. And so by the time you get to the 26th, by the time you get there, there is this ending. There is something coming to a conclusion. And just because it's an ending doesn't mean that it has to be negative. It doesn't mean that it has to be bad. It doesn't mean, we're not putting a judgment on it. I coach all my people, we would rather understand than judge. So try to, just saying. Okay. So this finale, this grand finale, is taking place in an area of your life that has to do with stability, home, family, mothers, motherhood, your mother, your nurturing parent, your base of operations. And sometimes it's where we leave the body. However, I'm not getting that for you. I'm just saying that you are concluding something. Now, this is I do have it. Hold on. This is a process, my dear Virgos, that took place March 2011 to August 2012. So look back at that time of your life, March 2011 to August 2012. This is that feeling. So whatever was going on with your home, with your family, with your mother, or if you are a mother, what was going on with you? There's something about your foundation that is, again, concluding, and it may be a very fast, sudden, abrupt ending. And it's going to, I feel like there's going to be closure. It's going to be very emotional, okay? It's going to be very emotional. However, you really are being called on to ask yourself a lot of questions about this, a lot of questions about whether this is the home, the family, the mothers, the motherhood, whatever, or your inner stability, Virgo. Ask yourself, what are you being drawn to let go of? What are you ready to release? What is no longer your truth about your seat of stability? Whether that's an ideology or a religion or a spiritual practice, or not having a spiritual practice or a belief system or a physical residence where you're physically living, or your family, your ideas about family. What do you believe? What are you ready to let go of? What you believe about yourself, your life, other people, the world? Because there's a lot of philosophizing going on at the end of the month for everybody. And for you, it's very home centered and security centered. Your attention's going to be going, though. Your attention's going to be drawn to your career. That's where the action really is. Something's ending at that home base because you're focusing on the career. There's a lot of healthy support for confidently taking in and sharing information in your career. That is where you're getting a lot of information, communication, discussions, messages, ideas. You're going to have a lot of fun, and it's going to be really great for you to it's very Geminian. It's like you like to bounce things back and forth. You like to see what's out there. You like to consider this and consider that, and be flexible, and just be flexible, and just, not be married to one. So have that same perspective on the home and the family and whatever is ending, because there's something coming to a close. Now, it doesn't have to mean that you have to move out, or someone else has to move out, or someone, it could just be a closure. It could just be that you're releasing like a feeling that you've been holding on to, or a certain feeling perspective that you've been holding on to. But it can be very much informed through the career. And it does seem to be that there is a prominent person in your life, like a one-on-one connection, that is really your whole focus at the end of the month. Virgo, it's like they could be creative, extremely creative, or they could be spiritual. They could be also, for some of you, they could be addicted to drugs. They could be addicted to alcohol. They could be, this is such a rude word. I don't know what other word to use, though. They could be delusional. They could be really not seeing. So if you work in the mental health field, I have a friend, I have to call her. Again, I did call her back. She's a Virgo rising. She's a Virgo rising, and she works with, oh my God, hold on. I feel so embarrassed. I don't know what this is called. It's not neurodivergent. I know that's not that. She works with people that are transitioning from like the mental institution to society. God, please don't judge me on my horrible vernacular for talking about real world things. I'm so sorry. Anyway, she works with those people, and in this, like, I don't know, it's a clinic, it's a place, it's a place. And so this is going to be really, I'm going to call her up and see what she's going through at this time, because this is going to this is going to fulfill that for her completely. She's going to be working one-on-one with someone So it's just different expressions of the same energy. So like I said, Virgo, some could be very inspiring. They could be very creative. They could be very spiritual. They could be um, fantastical. They're either going to be really into fantasy and like alternate realities, or they're going to be like more escaping reality. I don't want anything to do with reality. Or they're going to make up their own reality and believe what they believe. And it's not going to be grounded or based in any kind of scientific fact or reality. It's going to be totally okay. Sorry. What else? But anyway, Virgo, it does seem to be at the end of the month that there's it's like really focus on yourself and your self-nurturing, self-care, take baths, because it does seem to be like every area of life is popping for you. It's like your home, there's something happening at home. There's so many great things happening in the career. There's a partner, there's like another partner that you have that like they're demanding a lot of you, and it's like you've got to be with them, and it's very intense, or it's very inspiring, or it's very, they could have an alcohol problem, and they cause there's something, they have a crisis and you have to leave work, and it's, you know what I'm saying? It could just be a lot of that. So respond with grace and with integrity. Okay. That's what I teach here. Truth, love, integrity. I keep it super simple because when you align with those three vibrations, you're going to be okay. Okay. I've been doing this for 2 years. I promise me to be just fine. Okay. Okay. Hello, my dear Libras, Sun, Moon, Rising. Welcome to your May 2021. Okay, dearies. So until about the 11th, you're still purging, letting go. Yeah, making adjustments, having some hard, gnarly experiences with your money, with your self-esteem, with your partner's money, with your partner's self-esteem. There could still have been some power issues, power struggles. You're still working that out until about the 11th. Only until you get to the 11th do things change. So that from the 11th to the 26th, my dear Libras, this is when you are starting a whole new cycle of energies, of experiences in regards to getting really clear on what you want in an intimate way, intimacy. How do you really want to share with another human being? That could be financially still. How are you going to share the power? How are you going to share the responsibilities? How are you going to share your energies with other people, another human being? This is going to be your focus, and you're going to see a new way of being intimate with people or another person or your partner. You're going to see a new path that you didn't see before. It's going to open up for you. It's going to be a new beginning for you. You're going to be learning a lot of lessons. This could also be opening a line of credit for some of you. I would just say to hack away at the inessential. Boil it down to, what do you really care about? What do you really want? How do you want to feel when you are in a relationship with someone? And work backwards, reverse engineer that, and, figure yourself out, really take everything in, because there could be, how am I going to say this? Like for some of you, this could be, actually, you know what? This, I feel, for a lot of you is going to be getting financial assistance from a family member. So a lot of you are going to be getting financial assistance, opening lines of credit with your family members. If one of your family members has like bank written on their forehead, that's definitely what that's going to be for you. And so that's what you will be determining that, though. You will be going to them and asking them. You will be making your case. You will be seeking this out from them. Okay. However, I would encourage you to focus on the psychology of this, because this could be secrets. This could be things coming to light. There could even be secrets coming out about your family, from your family members, about other family members, about yourself. There could be secrets, like, I don't know who's telling the secrets. It could be from or about the family. Very, very intimate, and it's triggering you. It can trigger you. It can absolutely trigger some growth. We love growth, right? So Be prepared for that because the eighth house is secrets. But listen, this is going to be you hopefully taking your power back in a way that people can't take that power away from you, or they can't trick you into giving your power away. So hopefully, Libra, I'd like you to use this energy as balancing the power, because you are the scales, you are the sign of balance, and you do want what's fair, you do want what's right, you do want to consider everything and then arrive at your own correct judgment. So this can be an opportunity for you to see, you're going to be getting a lot of information, and there could be information coming in from far away, from like overseas or another country or another place. Or there's a lot of information coming in through school, if you're in school or if you're doing anything educational. There could be a lot of that going on. However, this thing, this it's like a line of credit, or it's some kind of, in intimate fresh start. This could be between you and a partner. This could even be just you reclaiming some of your power, where let's say you get jealous, you can be going to therapy, or you could be talking to a family member that really helps you overcome that. And then you take your power back, because anyone being jealous doesn't do anything to that person or that thing that they want or that they're jealous of. Doesn't do anything to that. It's only you. It's only you. So whether it's jealousy or ego or fears, there could be major fears being activated that are coming up to the surface of your awareness, or maybe your fears are outed in some certain way by a family member, through family. Because yeah, that's where I'm getting it. That's going to support you one way or another. So it's how you're going to be able to use and steer these energies, Libra. That'll determine how this goes over the next couple of weeks. Yeah, for a lot of you, it's definitely going to be financial. But for all of you, it'll be psychological. For all of you, it will be the energies that you are sharing with other human beings, with other people. And I would just like you to be a little bit more judicious. That's your word, judicious, with who you choose, and what you choose to share, and whatnot. Okay. Now, it's when we get to the end of the month, my dear Libras, that is when you are going to have the message of your lifetime. This is going to be a lot. Like, go back to what was going on in your life, March 2011 to August 2012. You can kind of use that. It's not going to be the same thing or the same way, but you can look to see, and then kind of retrospectively after this, look back on what this was for you and kind of prepare yourself that way for eclipse seasons. So for you Libras, there's going to be a huge major ending in regards to, oh my God. Okay. So it's communication. You're going to get the message of a lifetime. You're going to get news, something in your neighborhood, a sibling. Something can be going on in the life of a sibling of yours that is huge and final and ending. There could be a huge ending to something with a sibling, and it's pretty final. It's pretty much like, but here's the thing, you don't want to be the one to instigate anything. You want to respond, because anyone instigating anything at this total lunar eclipse is going to have it blow up in their face if they're trying to do it very negatively, or trying to give ultimatums, or trying to force someone to do something else. It's just going to be, that's what eclipses do. It makes everyone all wacky. So for you, Libra, just respond to whatever's coming up. Don't boundaries. If anyone's giving you issues or trouble, boundaries and distance and space, okay? You're not beholden to anyone for anything. However, I feel like this is really going to be more of an emphasis on your mind, on your thinking process, on what you believe is possible for your own life. There's going to be something ending about a small-mindedness. It's going to be something ending about making judgments, immediate judgments on something. And your focus is going to be more on taking in information, taking in possibilities, staying open-minded. That's really where you're going to be focusing your attention anyway. So it could be that there's an event or a situation that blows up. It could be something that actually like forces this to happen like in a major way. So like if that happens, just go with it. But I would say to try and cultivate that kind of mentality leading up to it so that it's easier to transition. It's easier to make that change, Libra, because there does seem to be some stress. There does seem to be some purging. There does seem to be some, it's like you have to let go and just trust in something that is healthy for your day to day. It's something that is very good for you in your life and your lifestyle. And you're being called on to either introduce elements of spirituality into your day to day life or adopt spiritual practices, or you are being called on to let go of toxic beverages, toxic food, toxic substances, just toxic things, toxic energies, toxic people, whatever it is, situations, and like take that out of your daily life, out of your lifestyle. Okay. It's not contributing to running the machine of your life. That's what it is. Okay. Okay. Hello, my dear Scorpios, Sun, Moon, Rising. Welcome to your May 2021. Okay, dearies. So until the 11th, you are still oozing out, bleeding out from the Scorpio super full moon, April 26th. So there's been something going on in your life. It's like your relationships and your home life are undergoing massive changes and transformations this entire year. So that's kind of what this was about. That's kind of what you're still flushing out, purging out, and making the transformations and making the changes and the adjustments that you need in your relationships, like seeing what needs to change. Like this, I love this person, but the way we talk to each other or the way we interact, the way we work together, it has to evolve, it has to grow, it has to change, it has to not stay the same. It just has to, in the right direction, in the positive direction, and your home life. So that could even be a blend where it's like you go to your parents or you go to a parent or a family member and you go, listen, I love you to pieces, but this has to change. We cannot go on like this. This is toxic. And I know you don't want to be toxic. I don't want to be toxic. So let's hand in hand together, walk into, healthy land, healthy relationship land, whatever it happens to be for you. But from the 11th, my dear Scorpios, there is a powerful new beginning in your relationships. There is something new starting, and it looks like it comes out of the blue. It looks like it just, boom, it's there. So it's exciting. It looks like there's a new relationship starting, or there is something new coming into your life through a significant partnership or significant relationship. And it does seem to be very well supported and being very supported. It's like your mind is really stimulated. Your mind is really stimulated. Your ideas, you have a lot of ideas, or there's a lot of communication. And it's not just a lot of communication, Scorpio, it's conversations that change your life. It's conversations that change things for you, that change something, that change your mind. These are conversations with a prominent person in your life or a new person that you've just met or will be meeting over the next 2 weeks apply all of this from May 11th to May 26th, that these conversations are transforming the way you think and see the world. There's a lot of information coming in from this person. They could be sort of unusual or non-conforming, but they contribute a lot to your evolution. So just go with it. Just go with the flow. And it does seem that it looks like you are making some decisions. There's a lot of like sultry information coming in as well. It's like there's information coming in and options and possibilities and choices in regards to sexuality, in regards to sexual partners, in regards to intimate sharing with other people. So you're going to be making some big decisions either in an existing relationship or partnership regarding the resources, the sex, the money, the conversations, the thoughts, whatever energies that you are sharing with that person or the public. It's like your boundaries are there. You're going to be having a lot more options and even more information coming through in the realm of the intimacy that you share with another person. So there's going to be, like I said, a lot of conversations, a lot of transforming of the relationship dynamic. And it's like you know that you've been doing things differently because you have to. It's that time where you are ready to evolve out of your family karma, where you interacted with the same sex, the opposite sex, because it's what you saw growing up, and you're just ready to say, you know what, I'm maybe you're inspired to do something new, or inspired to relate in a different way, or there's something coming in your life that you are inspired to change. You're inspired to change some other thing, or it's really like a lot of the new coming in, like the new, the future, and it's the old that is like gripping and trying to stay alive and trying to stay relevant. But inside of you, Scorpio, you know that you are the transformer. You are the alchemizer. You're here to show us that it's okay to go through intense pain and to feel very intense feelings, because you will come out the other side, not going over it, not going around it, but going through that pain and coming out in a position to transform that pain, to alchemize that pain into providence for yourself and truly self master. And then, okay, so that's the 2 weeks from the 11th to the 26th, my dear Scorpios. And so throughout that time, there will be more information coming to light. Like I said, you may have a lot of intimate discussions. You may have a lot of personal discussions with this person, or with another person, with the public, with some one on one connection. You could be seeing a therapist. You could be making a new friend. You could be dating someone. Actually, if you're dating someone, it's more like you take it to a more serious level, or this is just like a serious person that you take very seriously. It looks like you guys are having deep discussions. Like you guys are talking about life and death and intimacy in relationships, and just concepts that are maybe even occult, or maybe even like spirituality or something, or like tantric sex, or like some, you guys seem to be talking about or you seem to be talking about some very deep life, death, sex, taxes, rebirth, reincarnation, like all of the really things. And this is what you need to do, because you're trying to get to what really matters to you in personal relationships. You're trying to get to, over these next 2 weeks from May 11th to the 26th, you are going to be so motivated, Scorpio, to only relate to people and connect with people and share your energies with people that really matter to you. It's like you just don't want the chit chat anymore. You don't want the superficial chit chat. You don't want the superficial socializing. You really don't want to waste that time. You don't want to waste that time. You want to, and it's not just time, it's your energy. And you don't want to spend those tokens. It's like you have 10 tokens a day of energy, and you're going to share and spend all those tokens, and there's nothing for yourself at the end of the day. So it's like there could be someone new showing up, or there could just be a big emphasis on refining and really selecting those people. It's really like the one-on-one connections, though, that really are meaningful, that really matter, that have substance, that have depth. Okay. Oh, and it clicks. There's something that just clicks for you as well. In regards to these partnerships, in regards to your relationships, in regards to what you're sharing with them, in regards to your mind and what you're thinking and how you're thinking about these people, there's something that just falls into place, just falls into place. So, okay. And then the end of the month, my dear Scorpio, that is when we get to the 26th. And this is interesting because your values and your value systems are going to be so rocked. There could be an abrupt ending to a financial obligation, or an abrupt ending to a source of income for yourself, or an abrupt ending to doubts and feeling low self-esteem and feeling insecure. Okay. This is connected to other people's money. So it's like you may even be ending something that you were earning for yourself, and you may be taking on lines of credit or loans, or getting support from investors. There could be something going on, like really big shifts financially going on for you. You may be moving a lot of money in, out, back, forth, what have you. And as far as the self-esteem goes, Scorpio, I would really take a look at what you are ready to let go of as far as what you value and what you hold dear to you. Because it's like you want to release judgments on what is valuable and what is not valuable. You want to ask yourself, is this my truth? Is this still my truth? What is no longer my truth? What am I curious about that is leading me more towards my truth and my path and helping me better define and refine what that is? Because your focus, you're going to be really curious and you're going to have a lot of healthy support for taking in information that is really a lot deeper than the superficial, a lot deeper than the surface level. There may even be an opportunity opening up for you, Scorpio, at the end of the month that has to do with sharing with another human being, like an intimacy. It's like you're ending some blockage that was keeping you from being intimate, truly intimate with someone. Okay. And it is coming down onto there's something creative involved, whether that's a creative project or someone that you're dating, someone you're seeing, someone you're falling in love with. It does seem to be that person or that source, so whether it's an animal or a hobby, something where your heart is engaged, your passion is engaged. That is where that is what triggers this value and this give and take and this, going deeper within and taking in more information, being more open-minded. That's where it's coming from. So there's going to be a lot going on for you at the end of the month, Scorpio, because your self-esteem is going to be directly affected. You're going to be letting go of like identities and maybe making money in a certain way or, whatever is just not really resonating with you. And you're going to be taking in, like I said, you're going to be talking about these deep topics. You're going to be really exploring the supernatural, really exploring psychic ability, telekinesis, other religions, world religions. You may be dealing with deaths and legacies and wills and financial esoterica. You may be dealing with all that stuff. But if you are, I'm telling you, it all comes down because of something your heart is bringing to you. And you will have the faith. You will have the faith in this. You will have the faith that you're on the right path where you doubted before. It's like you felt it, but you ignored it. So if you were falling in love 2011 to 2012, or was it March 2011 to August 2012, you were falling in love, you didn't believe it. You do believe it now. You can feel it and it's different, but you're going to feel it and you know that it's real. So it's going to be a really rocking good time for you, my Scorpios. Okay. Hello, my dear Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising. Welcome to your May 2021. Okay, Saggies. So the beginning of May till about the 11th, you're still flushing out some deep psychological stuff, some, triggers, traumas, self-sabotaging things or secrets are coming out, that kind of thing. You're still flushing that out. You're going to be making some adjustments still on the 3rd, some crunchiness that you've got to change your mind about. So don't not lean into it, it's like let it happen, let it change you. It's going to be, if you're feeling crunchy, write it out. Hopefully by Thursday, the 6th, you'll be feeling a little bit better, but it's going to be Tuesday, May 11th that you have a whole new fresh start. This is when you bring a lot of focus to your day-to-day, to your life, it's like you show up for your life in a whole new way where you are just so sweet to yourself and you're so kind to yourself and you really, you do it up all nice for yourself. And it's like you want to lean into this like art of living, making the best life possible for yourself. There's like this huge infusion of making that healthy lifestyle for yourself. And it's in response to this Scorpio full moon where you're like purging out the toxins, you're purging out the unhealthiness, you're purging out what was keeping you from being able to do this for yourself. Okay, whether that's working on your self-love, your self-respect, your self-nurturing, self-care, getting to know yourself, being forgiving of yourself, being forgiving of other people, whatever it is. So On the From the 11th to the 26th, there could also be something opening up for you, like a day job, Sagittarius. This is not your career. This would be a gig. This would be a part-time thing. This could be, a one-off. There's something new opening up with your coworkers, your managers, immediate supervisors. There's like, I would say there's something kind of surprising coming in, but it's really going to show you what really matters to you over these 2 weeks. Whatever does come up, it's going to be a new start based on the choices you make, because there's a lot of information coming in from a partner or from another person, Sag. And it's from all of the potentialities. You may have a lot of offers. You may have a lot of, maybe all your friends want you to work and help them with their business part time or something. But whatever choice you make, it's going to be grounded in your values. Okay. So there's going to be a new way of working, a new way of doing something that you just didn't see before. So as long as you ground yourself in what really matters to you about your day to day. So it's like, well, I really don't want to commute, or I really don't want to just sit home and work from home, or I really don't want to be outside, or I really don't want to be whatever it is, it's like you will know what that is. You will be figuring out what matters to you, what you really care about. So that is going to inform this decision. So just focus there, Sag. Just focus on getting clear on what you want, what really matters, and let the universe and help inform that for you, because that's what your experience is going to be over those 2 weeks, the 11th to the 26th. There's going to be more things popping off, and I get into that in the extended, but just know that this is going to be a great health kick for you, is what I want to say. Really, really healthy. You may be cooking for yourself more, but it looks really nice. It looks really, really nice. And then about the 26th of May, Sag, we have your eclipse. We have your total lunar eclipse. So it's happening in your sign. So you guys, okay, you can look back to March 2011 through August 2012 and see what was going on for you, see what was going on in your life. It won't be the exact same thing, but it'll be something sort of similar. You can kind of use that to gauge. However, this time it's really, really, really going to come down on you, your partner, that other person, and then your sense of security, your sense of belief in yourself, your home base. So this is going to be something that helps you let go of something in the family, or let go of some family thing, or it's going to help you believe in your own ability to create a home for yourself, or to create love for yourself, or to create a sense of security for yourself and your partner. This is huge. I mean, just expect the unexpected, expect wild cards and curveballs. Try to keep a light schedule, like for real around that time, because these eclipses, especially a total lunar eclipse, that's a grand finale. That's an ending. That's an abrupt, startling, emotional ending. So you will definitely be feeling very sentimental, Sagittarius. So even though we're saying goodbye, that we're happy to say goodbye, and we're happy to move on, and we're happy to move forward, and we have things to look forward to, it's still gonna we're still gonna feel it. We're still gonna have that one wistful look back, like in the movies. So let that happen. Let it happen, because everyone's going to be feeling that way. And especially for you, you could actually be um, celebrating a major milestone in your life where you are really proud of yourself for some achievement. This could, it could work in a totally other way for you, where all of a sudden you are promoted, or something like that. It does seem to be that you are, regardless of what happens, you are definitely going to be questioning your whole life. You're going to be questioning your whole life. Who am I? What do I want? What do I care about? Where am I going? Why is this happening? Why is this not happening? What does time mean? Is time real? What is it? It's going to be like a lot of different things going through your head about yourself, about your life, about the nature of your own personal reality. Okay. And this is very much, how do I put this? This is, you rule philosophizing. Okay. You rule. After we go through the hellish Scorpio, we come out in Sag with all of this deep experience, all these deep, dark experiences, and we have to figure it out. Like, what did we make of that? What did we learn from that? What did we learn from going through hell and back again? That's you. That's what you're supposed to do. So lean into, I just don't want you to get into anxiety. I don't want you to get into neuroses. I don't want you to get into self-doubts and fears, okay? I want to normalize all of this big thinking that you do, because that's what you're here to do. That's what you do. That's what you're, the thinker. You're the philosopher of the zodiac, and we need you people. So, okay. So have, cultivate that kind of attitude, because something's going to happen in your life, maybe in a partner's life, maybe in your home life or your family life, but something's going to be triggered from some other area of your life. It's all going to be outside of your control. And you will in turn be questioning your life and yourself. And I just want you to be okay with that, because it's important for your growth. You're going to be questioning, is this really my truth? Is this really what I want for my life? Is this really what I believe in? Am I really, what am I ready to let go of? And all of that. Okay. Your focus is going to be also very supportive of learning about other people, learning about relationships and how you show up in your relationships, not just what you expect people to give you, how you expect other people to show up to you, but how you show up in those connections and the energy that you are putting in, not putting in, taking out, whatever. Because the only downside to being the philosopher of the zodiac is that you make judgments, you make snap judgments, and it's not always right. It's just not. Especially when you're not coming from your place of truth, when you're not coming from your authentic, like pure, like a fire truth. You're a fire sign. Okay. So your partner you have the south node in your sign too. So, I mean, this is what makes it the eclipse, but it's like, this is a big flush, Sagittarius, of the parts of you that are not where your soul is trying to like experience in this body. Okay, this is really going to be like the parts of you, maybe the judgmental parts or like the whatever parts that are just not part of you. It's not really you. It's not your identity. So you may be sentimental, being like, oh, well, I had so much fun being this way. I had so much fun being the Joker for so much of my life, but I'm Batman. I have to be Batman now. So it's like you have to just bid you adieu, and just like step into who you really are and who you're really supposed to be, because you're going to be taking a lot of information, potentially even not just with another person, but through the public as well, learning a lot about the public, learning a lot about other people. Especially if you work in a field where you are counseling someone or you are selling to people, selling products, selling services, especially if you are, of course, working on a one-to-one basis with people, but also if you're working in um, like if you're trying to be visible, how are they going to connect with you? If that, I hope that makes sense. How are people supposed to connect with you in a positive way then, if that makes any sense? Okay. So you're going to learn. So just stay open to learning about them, about people, about the relationships, about maybe this is all just about one person, about relating to your partner, your spouse, your significant other, or this family member. Like this, there might be something happening in the life of your family member, or in a creative family member or a spiritual family member, that really shakes or upsets your relationship to someone else, or your relationship to the people, the world. Okay. So, in any case, I feel like you're going to be able, I feel like you have a partner to talk to. I feel like you have someone to talk to and to talk through this with. So, lean on them for support, be a good person to show up in that connection to them. And like I said, this could be forced freedom, where you may have to let go of something, Sag, about yourself, but it's really setting you free. So if you don't feel like you're ready to let go of that thing, you are. Okay. Hello, my dear Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising. Welcome to your May 2021. So, Cappies, let's jump in. So, until the 11th of May, you're still purging all of this scorpionic energy. And, this is like you letting go of anything that had control over you from your friends, your groups, associations, you're really correcting that. You're really making that right. That's going to continue until the 11th. By the time you get to the 11th, this is this is a beautiful day for you. It's a beautiful new moon for you in Taurus. This is a brand new start for you, Capricorn, in your creativity, in your heart. Your heart will be feeling so open and inspired and big and full, and like I'm so excited because I won't tell you why yet, but I mean just trying to like focus on you guys, but there, look forward to it. Like mark it, circle it on your calendar, because these 2 weeks from May 11th to May 26th, you are going to be zeroing in on what really matters to your heart. And there may even be something new coming in for your heart. You may start dating someone new. You might start a new creative project, you might get a new pet. You might get, there's going to be something that is new coming in out of the blue that opens your heart and makes you feel love. Love. You're going to love it. So, I mean, get excited, get happy. There's a lot of support. You are so powerful, Capricorn. You're going to have staying power. There's a strongly powerful support for whatever you want, however you want to use this new moon. Direct it, because it's going to be freaking fantastic in whatever you determine. So, you want to be negative, you're going to kill it. If you want to be positive, you can grow it. It's that simple. That's how like the universal law is. Okay. So, but there's going to be an opportunity coming in. It's going to be out of the blue. It's going to be kind of surprising. It's going to be unique and original. So if you are creating anything, it's probably going to be very original. And so, be very much thinking outside of the box. It looks like there's a partner also helping you, and it's just going to be great. I mean, it's nothing more complicated to say than that. If you are dating someone new, or if this is, whatever it is for you, it's going to be something that shows you what you really care about, what really matters to you, and what's really important, what you really want. So I would say stay open to how this happens. Stay open to how these things unfold. Stay flexible. There's a new path opening up in this area. There's a new way of doing something creatively that you didn't see before. So try to just go with the flow and be really flexible and open-minded on the details and how it comes together. Okay, because you're getting a lot of information in from, let me see. You're getting a lot of you're working a lot. You're working, and there's a busy day. There's like, yeah, your days are very, very busy. There's a lot going on. So take very good care of yourself. Start, if you're not doing so already, whenever things get overwhelming or whenever things get too much, take a break, leave the situation, leave the desk, leave whatever it is, get some fresh air, have a drink of water, whatever you do, whatever your thing is, and go back to it. You'll be even more productive. You'll be even more like with it. You'll be your best, and that's what we want. We want to show up and be our very best, because we're Capricorn and we just don't rest until we give it our best. And then okay, and then at the end of the month, the 26th. From the 26th, this is a big one, Capricorn. This is really stressing taking care of yourself, because you've got this total lunar eclipse in Sagittarius happening in your 12th house of secrets, sorrow, self-undoing. So this is a major flush, a major end, letting go of outdated judgments and toxins and fears and insecurities and this and that, and letting go of karma. You're flushing out the karma, and that's going to take a lot out of you. You're going to have a very busy day-to-day life. Your work life is going to be a blur, Capricorn. It's going to be a blur. So really, it's like you're going to be, the blur is going to be your day, and then you're going to go to sleep at night. You're going to be up at night, like trying to process everything at the end of the month. So you're going to be asking a lot of the really big questions. You could even be experimenting with out-of-body experiences, astral travel, psychic ability. If you are, I do my whole courses on my Patreon, or you can buy them individually on the website. I recommend the Patreon because once you like level up in the tiers, or even start the tiers, you have access to everything in that tier. So it's not just like the tier for the month of that content. So you're going to be asking yourself, Capricorn, what am I being like? What am I ready to release? What do I want to release? What is no longer my truth? Okay. And then you're also going to be asking yourself, what are you being drawn to explore that's leading you to your truth? That's going to be your day to day. That's going to be what you're working on every single day. There's going to be a lot of information coming through your work day, your workspace, your colleagues, your coworkers. A lot of even the superficial chatter is going to bring a lot of epiphanal moments for you, and you're going to be figuring it out. You're going to be understanding, asking yourself a lot of these questions based on the new information and what you're learning by relating and connecting with other people and communicating with other people, not just what you're getting from them, but also you're broadcasting information out to them. Okay. So take care of yourself because that's a lot. That's a lot of day work, busy work, and that's a lot of internal, spiritual, behind the scenes work. So take care of yourself, Capricorn. Everyone and everything can wait until you rejuvenate to 100% because how long is that really going to take? Hours, days, a couple of days? What is it? Unless you're going through some major crises, this could be something like that. This could be like some sort of breakdown or some sort of psychological, but I don't think so. I don't think so. I think it's going to be great. I think you're going to need some downtime, maybe not downtime. It's like you will need downtime, but not. Okay, some of you might be going to like an ashram or you might be going to an institution for some downtime, but honestly, you can make your home that ashram. You can make that home your, I don't know if you guys heard that. You can make your home your, hopefully you can. Hopefully you can make your home your retreat, your place of high vibrations because you're going to need somewhere to go to retreat and rejuvenate yourself. That's going to be like your top priority. And this is going to be ending a major cycle of not being able to do that for yourself. Okay. There's going to be an abrupt emotional ending to how you were not able to take care of yourself. And for whatever reasons, the traumas, the triggers, the family karma, the family abuse, the family whatever, that contributed to you not prioritizing yourself and not taking care of yourself. So if your dad raised you, if your mom raised you to be a workaholic and not take care of yourself, you're going to be realizing like, I'm ready to let that go. I can work as much as I want and then rest when I need to. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be a balance. It's going to be a thing. And for you, there is something about how you are communicating, Capricorn, that is really impactful. You are going to be speaking about these very things to people and to other associates, to other colleagues, to other coworkers. You are something about your communication and your mind, the way your mind is working. You're going to be very much you in a position to mentor someone or to help someone go through something. You might be teaching, you might be speaking, you might be talking to a broad group of people about something, or you might be leading little groups in your coworker cubicle things, or you know what I'm saying, like on the job or on in the workspace, you may be the one to lead the meeting, or you may be the one to give a lecture about some topic. And the way you communicate is really spiritual. It's really wise. It's really like open where people feel like they can connect with you. That's another reason why you want to really take care of yourself because energies, it's like you're going to be taking on a lot and you really already need the downtime. So, but it does seem to be that you're very effectual in your speaking and what you're saying. And even the way you're thinking is like you trust more. You're able to just believe and trust and, maybe make some little manifestations happen for yourself. So, okay. Hello, my dear Aquariuses, Sun, Moon, Rising. Welcome to May 2021, darlings. Oh my God. Okay. So let's jump in from so until May 11th, you're still flushing out the Scorpio full moon of April 26th, Aquarius. That's your 10th house. So crunchy, hard experiences in regards to your authority or social standing. There could have been challenges, there could have been pain revealed. Oh my gosh, push and pull where you're needed at work, you're needed at home, you're needed at home, you're needed at work. It's like all of that. And you had to show up and be responsible for all of it. You're still going to have to do more of that until the 11th. At the 11th, though, this is really great because you have this brand spanking new beginning in your home life, and where you live and how you live. And it's so inspiring. There could be something coming up out of the blue, maybe an opportunity to move or relocate. I know, again. And, it's going to be really It's gonna be really fun. It's gonna be so cool. It's gonna be showing you something about either redoing your home or remodeling, renovating, putting up new curtains, putting up new whatever, or actually moving and relocating or moving someone in, moving someone out. All of that is going to show you from May 11th to the 26th more of what you really care about, what really matters to you. And it's gonna help inform you what you want for your home life, what you want for your family, what you want for your your kith and kin, your house and home, your home and hearth. So it's going to be really great. It's going to be really cool. You're going to be very much supported as well. There's going to be a lot of staying power here. So there could be a lot of staying power and just more support coming from your how much you know about your inner psychological motivations. So it's like knowing yourself. There could even be somewhere like, this could be far travel too, like, you get a home in another city or town or place or something like that. If you're thinking about that, that goes really well for you, and it's different, though, it's different. It could be a little bit crunchy. There could be a new beginning in your family life, in your home life, and it's a little bit like how would I put this? It's a little bit like you're doing something different and maybe not everyone's on board, or maybe it's more responsibility for you, or maybe you're taking on more of the weight of it, and so for you to do that, you have to do it according to your own what's comfortable for you, and you have to set the pace, you have to set the tone, you have to set up, what is acceptable and what is in alignment with your values, okay? So if you're doing any of that sharing or any of that kind of business, that's what this is going to be. It's going to be, well, what do I care about? What do I want? What's the ideal living situation that I have for myself? And, if we're going to change our family dynamic, what is like the highest ideal that we can strive for that's like the best for everybody? Okay. So you're going to be doing that. You're going to be dealing with that for those 2 weeks and like making changes, improving things. You might just get like spur of the moment ideas to do things or change things up and get things, So go with the flow. It's going to help you out. It's going to be a really good psychological soothing salve. Okay. And then, my dear, okay, one last thing. So over those 2 weeks, from the 11th to the 26th, and I get way more specific in the monthlies over on Patreon or on the links below. You may be, like I said, taking on more responsibility. You may be the one to shoulder some burden. You may be, um, but you're going to do it differently. You're going to do it very, very differently. But just know that whatever changes you're making, even if they're abrupt, to do it responsibly, make sure you have enough money, make sure that it's all organized. Okay. Just make sure that it's all done correctly. That's all. Okay. And then the end of the month from the 26th, that is when, my dear, there's this huge abrupt change for you. This is when you will, how do I put this? There's an ending to how you are connecting and communicating and relating and idealizing and philosophizing with your friends, groups, associations. Also, there is an end to wondering and thinking about where your life is going in a certain way, in a certain direction. Okay, so this is also a little bit philosophical, a little bit philosophical. So I really feel like you will have so much faith and so much hope and so much belief in yourself. I really feel like you're going to have so much like self-esteem, Aquarius, that you're going to change your course. You're going to change where you see your life going in a major way. If you want, you can take a look March 2011 to August 2012 and see what was going on for you to kind of get a clue, get like the flavor. Not the same exact things or the same exact people, but just like the flavor of what you can expect, because this is going to be taking your life in a different direction. Your life is going to be going in a different direction and it could happen very suddenly. Okay. There's also this energy that is really healthy and very confident um, in communication and in, how do I put this? Like, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh my God, that's right. Okay. In socializing and communicating and, really connecting with either a child of yours, or collaborating with people on a creative project or dating someone new. And you will like know if this person has long-term potential or not. You may change the course of your life based on this person or what they're saying or what they're doing or what's going on between the both of you. There's a lot of options. You may have like a lot of dating options. There might be a lot of people wanting to date you, or you want to date a lot of people, or there's a lot of something going on in the life of your child that is changing how you see things going in your life. But this is going to make you really sit down with yourself and really ask yourself, what is no longer my truth as far as how I see my life, where I want it to go, where I see it going from here on out. So that's really what's going to be the thing that's going to, the result of all of these changes, all these things happening. Whatever comes up for you, Aquarius, I feel like you're going to actually have either the money and or the self-esteem to get through it. There could be something financial going on for you too. And I really feel like you are going to understand more because of some of these things that are coming up, because of the synchronicity involved at the end of the month. There's going to be something just falling into place, and just trust that whatever's happening and whatever's going on is according to divine timing and divine planning. All right, divine timing is what I feel more comfortable with. Okay, so release any judgments about where and how you wanted your life to go or thought it was going to go, or try your very best to release that, because you're being drawn to explore, you're being drawn to you're really curious about your creative potential, your creative projects, your hobbies, your children, someone you're dating, and that is overriding your preconceived notions elsewhere. Okay. Again, Aquarius, you may have to make some choices. There may be some decisions, because at the new moon, you had that same energy where you were two, three, four. Okay. So at the new moon, just really quick from the 11th, about the home and, things changing, there's going to be a lot of information coming in through someone you're dating or through or about a creative project. And that's what's affecting your living situation. So you will have to make a choice, and that choice that you're going to make is going to be dependent upon your value system and what you really care about and what really matters to you foundationally. Okay. So by the time the end of the month comes around, that is when you've worked things out, and now you're really focusing on what your heart really truly cares about. Okay, so it's like that middle of the month, you're reshuffling those foundational things and maybe even the physical parts of it. And then that end of the month, it's really focused on changing your course a little bit, changing your friendship circles, changing the people you choose to be around, by choice, ending some sort of, it could be ending a group association, it could be ending a service to the people, or a humanitarian endeavor that you were doing, but it's to bring your focus back into your own personal creative passions, your own personal creations for yourself, because you love to do it. Okay? Okay. And then Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising, welcome to your May 2021. So Pisces, until about the 11th, you're still oozing out, bleeding out that Scorpio full moon, which was changing your philosophy, your outlook on life, or, changing your mind in some way. There was some sort of, you're going to be still purging out things that don't really add up, that don't really fit and resonate with you anymore. It's going to be a little crunchy, a little painful, but by the time we get to the 11th, that's a new moon. And for you, my dear Pisces, that's your third house of communication, messages, and your mind. So for you, Pisces, I feel like this is really going to be a lot of information coming in from your home, about your home, or through your family, through some family members. And it's going to be a lot to take in and process. So you may be really communicating with these people. You may be really talking about maybe even your property or your home or your local environment. There may be a huge increase in your activities in the neighborhood, or there may be some surprise development happening in your neighborhood, or around you where you're living. And it's something that's going to kind of irk you. It's going to trigger some issues in you, but you've got to let that go. It's coming up for the surface of dealing with this karma. And it's like I said, you're going to be getting a lot of information, and you're going to have to make a choice. However, this choice that you have to make, my dear Pisces, is going to be better informed through what you want, like what you really care about, what really matters to you. So it may be that you have an opportunity to leave and live in a different place or a different area. And you're going to be thinking about the neighborhood and the friends you have and the people around you. There could be something happening with your siblings, what have you, but it's going to really click for you. There's going to be options and possibilities, but what you really care about, what you really want is going to be right there. You have a lot of support and staying power coming through your friendship circles, coming through your friends, groups, associations, and where you're really trying to like orient your life, where you're really trying to point your life in whatever direction. Okay. So I see that you are very like motivated. So, like I said, try to just meditate, slow down the thinking a little bit, and really just focus on what really matters and why. Why does this matter so much to me? And, follow the trail back so that you can make the best decisions possible because you're going to have options. Okay. Okay. And then by the end of the month, so the 26th, my dear Pisces, this is when we have a total lunar eclipse in Sagittarius. And for you, this is your 10th house. So at the end of the month, Pisces, you are going to be ending either a job or a career, something about your status, your reputation, something is going to be really ending there and really changing. There's going to be a crisis. This could be something coming out of nowhere that you just did not see coming. It's going to be related to other areas of your life. It's going to come from, other events and other areas affecting each other and affecting this. So you're going to be really thinking, what am I ready to let go of in my career? What am I ready to let go of in terms of my personal authority, personal responsibility, what I'm leaving behind? And specifically, Pisces, judgments that you're making about authority, what authority is, what authority means to you. Personal power, what you are projecting out in the world has to change in some way, shape, or form, and it will. It's going to be a blindsiding total lunar eclipse, okay? However, you're going to do all of that philosophizing and that questioning. Your focus is also going to be in really talking and sharing, and you're going to be really vocal. You're going to really be communicating a lot, like I said, with your family or with family members or, with your tribe, your vibe tribe, because this North Node being in your fourth house, it's like your focus is supposed to be in that nearness and who's near and dear around you. So it's almost like it's okay to let go of a career. It's okay to let go of, some whatever that is that's trying to leave. Let it go. If you react instead of respond, Pisces, it's going to blow up in your face. It's going to blow up in all of our faces. So that's not just you. So let go of whatever needs to be let go. And I feel like you will be able to. I feel like it's going to be a really successful lunar eclipse for you, Pisces, because we're going to have Jupiter in your sign and it's going to be in the first degree. And so I feel like you are going to be put in the spotlight for 2.5 months, so to speak. You will believe. It's like you will have this reinvigorated belief in yourself, in your life, where it's going. So it doesn't even matter what happens or doesn't happen with the career. This is really about you feeling secure and strong at home and in your home base and feeling secure and strong and full of belief and faith in yourself. Okay. That's really it. That is in a nutshell for you because, for other people in other areas of life, I get it. But for you, Pisces, I just really feel like because you have Jupiter in your sign at the time of this total lunar eclipse, that you're going to be able to just either fantasize or like escape reality or hopefully just accept reality and, do the soul work to arrive at that higher state of consciousness, to just be very accepting and trusting of the universe. And I feel like you will absolutely be able to achieve that if you just try, if you just, program your mind that way. So, okay. Okay, let's go ahead and do a collective reading, a collective spread for this beautiful month of May 2021. Ooh, let's see. What deck do I want to use? I am going to go with my Ride or Die, Rider Waite. Okay. What can we expect for May 2021 for the collective, please? And in fact, because we are in Tarot Town, I am okay. What can we expect for May 2021, please? What do we need to know? I like to keep my right there. What can we expect for the collective May 2021, please? Taurus new moon, Sagittarius total lunar eclipse. We have the devil and we have this beautiful Six of Wands. Wow. There could be absolute jealousy surrounding someone in the public eye. There could be something happening on the world stage with people that we see on TV, online, wherever, on TikTok. There could be, I'm just getting like this person riding through they're having their little victory lap, and then all of a sudden there's like this devil like lurking behind them, like, you know, making like a stink face. That's kind of my first impression here. So you guys may be dealing with that. Like, first and foremost, you may be flourishing, you may be aligning with your higher truth, your higher values, and you may be letting go of things easier than other people are letting go of things. I don't know, but it's like you have some victory, someone has some victory, and then there's going to be, you know, someone that wants what you have, but they have chains. Someone wants what you have or what you're getting, but they're chaining themselves to this devil. They're chaining themselves to something that is self-destructive and self-sabotaging that they're not ready to let go of. So it's like you must have done the work to free yourself of what was holding you back from progressing, and they still are. Listen, this is not a judgment. This is not, oh, I'm better than this and you're better than that. No, we all pick our poison, and we are all in divine timing. We all take as long as we take to learn certain lessons at different times in different cycles, in layers and complexity. So this is, speaking of being on the high horse, it's not about that. It's about understanding who these people are so that you don't keep them in your environment, so that you don't put them around you. Okay. But know that they're around you. Know that, if you can't escape it, if you're working with these people, if you're going to school with these people, or whatever the context is, if they're your family, actually, you can have boundaries with, use your boundaries and use your space. Okay. Okay. Well, at least there's some success here, though. At least there's something good going. Ooh, Page of Swords. This is totally perfect for May's energy because it's so Geminian. It is so mental. It is so like conveying communication, transmitting communication, sharing ideas. What did I just say? Sharing ideas, talking, connecting with people, communicating, bouncing ideas back and forth, exploring things, exploring ideas. Okay, and some people are going to be tweaking out. Someone's going to be regretting that they did or didn't do something. This is someone whose strategy, their plot, their plan went so sideways. This is someone that really regrets overestimating or underestimating. They overplayed their hand. They did something wrong. They played something the wrong way, and it didn't go their way. Oh, strength. This is, I love this card because, someone here that you're dealing with in the situation, something over the month of May, there's this element of overcoming adversity within the self. So hopefully, if it's someone close to you that's giving you the stink eye, hopefully it's this person that you love, that you want to grow and want to be happy for you. Hopefully they can overcome this and actually, get to that place where they are happy for you. And then last card, what's the last energy? This did want to come out, didn't it? The Moon. Ooh, and the Page of Cups, Two of Wands, the bottom of the deck, and the Four of Swords. Okay. Okay, you guys. Wow. Beautiful. Oh, wait, hold on. Okay. Very gorgeous energy with this Moon and this Page of Cups. Very, what's that, ink? I'm a writer. There's always, yep. I don't know how it gets here, but it does. Okay. let's writer things. Okay. So, my loves, for the collective, it looks like there's going to be so much. Again, this is that total lunar eclipse energy of like the moon is so full, emotions are brimming over the surface near the end of the month, that it's going to force us into reflection, contemplation, and really rediscovering what gets us excited, what gets us emotionally. What this is the card, this Page of Cups. This is falling in love like you've never fallen in love before, like you've never been hurt before, like you don't even conceive that it's possible for something to not work out romantically for you. That, of course, everything's going to be rainbows and butterflies and sunshine. And you're just like openly giving your heart away just as you go. You offer your cup of love everywhere you go. You're that open and trusting and loving and caring. This is a reinvigoration of that. And there's going to be an emotional response to this, whatever that event is. Let's go ahead and start clarifying. Okay. Using my Nightmare Before Christmas deck. I love this deck so much. Okay. Tell us about this devil energy, please. Why is this? The Ace of Presents. Wow. And the Six of Potions, Six of Cups. Wow. So it is someone from the past. It is someone from the past. Somebody from the past. And what's interesting with this Ace of Presents, and see how she's actually holding this little dude here? She's holding him and he's like, so it's very much like this person, someone around you from the past. It's like they're jealous of an opportunity that you have, or they're jealous of a job you have, or money you have. What's the Six of Wands, please? It is someone that you already know from the past, probably family or a childhood friend. Ooh, goodness gracious. Okay, we have the King of Needles, and we have 5, 6, 7, 8 of Needles. So the 8 of Swords and the King of Swords. Interesting. This is very interesting. This is like you get liberated. So this success that you have, it could be because of an opportunity comes in that really liberates you. But this liberation, it's like you don't need this thing to happen. You could have liberated yourself beforehand. And maybe that's how it happens, maybe not. But it does look like there's someone here that overcomes some sort of bondage, like a mental blockage. And if it's inherited, that makes a lot of sense because you and your family, like ancestry, you will all have some of the similar or same challenges and karmas to get through. And so it looks like someone does overcome it and they result in a success. They're able to be King of Needles and steal their mind and really get it together, so to speak. And then this other person not able to, still in bondage. So let's take a look at the Page of Swords. Thank you. We've got the King of Presents. Okay, interesting. So there's going to be a lot of back and forth, a lot of talk, a lot of communication. You may be dealing with money people, money managers. You could be dealing with someone very practical. You could be reworking a plan or an idea, or you may be learning a lot about either maybe a new language, but it's like the new language of something that you're dealing with. Whatever this Ace of Pentacles is, you're learning about it, you're engaged with it, and you are, someone's here to help you though. Someone who's an expert or very practical in what this is. Okay, what is this Eight of Swords, please? Oh, the Sun. So this news is fantastically happy. Look at Jack. Look at him. Look at him. Look how happy he is. So happy. Good news, great news. Expect wonderful news coming in, but not just that, but to really connect with people on something makes you so happy. Okay, whether that's going outside and connecting with people or over internet, whatever have you. Happy, happy, happy. What's this Nine of Swords, please? What is this Nine of Swords, please? The Queen of Potions and the Page of Needles, another Page of Swords, and this Queen of Potions. So it looks like there was definitely some stress about overplaying the hand. Someone really freaked out. Something between this Queen of Potions and this King of Presents. and you in some of this. It's really, someone may not have passed a test of integrity, and so that may be what this is. It may be that you or someone is just worried that someone won't forgive, or someone won't allow the situation to move forward, and things kind of improve. And it could be that there's like an underlying stress there, that there's an underlying anxiety. So even if you're working with people, or things are going forward, or if this person is someone that you already know and work with, and you get the opportunity, you get the promotion, and they don't, they could have, someone around you has this anxiety about not passing this test, not passing this crucial test of integrity, or being smart enough, or being, whatever enough. Okay. Okay. So let's take a look at strength. What is the strength doing here? Six of Needles, the Six of Swords, and the Lover's bottom of the deck. This is so funny. Okay, so guys, this is going to be a bit of a challenge to move on, move away, and evolve, and conquer yourself. You may even have to conquer a fear. You may even have to conquer your ego. Be careful your head doesn't get inflated. Um, all you need to know is that you're going to be able to move on from that crunchy, stressful, because you were also in the Eight of Swords. You were also blindfolded, holding yourself back, worried, nervous, stressful. You overcome it. Okay. You overcome that, and you're able to move through this. You're able to move through and move beyond, whatever was stressing you out, or whatever was causing you that kind of, that energy. Okay, and then last but not least, let's take a look over here with the moon, this Four of Swords, and this Page of Cups. I'm just going to do all three together. What is this combination doing here, please? What can we expect for the collective? The Knight of Candles, the Page of Potions, so double Page of Cups. He's so cute. He's all right. Okay. Okay. I can't be singing these songs all the time. Okay. So the Page of Potions and this Knight of Candles together, double Page of Potions, double Page of Cups, and the Knight of Candles. This is like someone be 5, 6, 7 of Potions. Someone becomes so enraptured. Someone becomes so moved by the end of the month that they are going to move fast on. It's like falling in love a little bit quickly. This is like falling in love. This is, this emotional overwhelm. It's paired with this Four of Swords. So there's meditation, contemplation. There's a lot happening beneath the surface, but it's like feeling so new, and feeling like you can open your heart up to someone and that they won't hurt you. Feeling like you can fall in love with someone who's going to be really good. Like that noble spirit, like D'Artagnan from the Three Musketeers. So of course someone's going to want to, it's very energized. Let me just say that it's very energized. So if there's an attraction, it's an attraction, and it is falling in love, and it's powerful. These are very powerful feelings, but very innocent, very pure, very sweet. Okay. And with this moon here as well, there's a choice to make, and it's going to be based on your intuition. It's going to be based on your feelings. And what I like about this is the balance of the Four of Swords, because it's still, it's not like some wild, baseless like thing. This is a decision being made that is also tempered with, I'm really going to think this through, but it's beautiful. It's so sweet. So this could be very creative as well. This could be extremely creative. If so, super success. Honestly, this looks really successful. You're overcoming your mental anxieties. And because of that, you get to some sort of opportunity. You get really good news. You get a promotion. You get some sort of praise even. just watch out because there's someone around you that's jealous because you're able to do something that they can't do. It's not the opportunity or the whatever it is that you get physically. It's more that you've conquered yourself and you have the self mastery that they don't have yet. And that's kind of sad. So please don't, we are all love, truth, and integrity here. So when you see that acting up, have compassion for it because it's not a good place to be. It's not a good way to feel. No one likes to feel that way. It's their own experience. It's not doing anything to you and your success and your self-mastery and your freedom. It's just hurting themselves. So this may be the same person. This may be a different person, but this person over here, like I said, they made a wrong call. They made a wrong judgment call and they're nervous about it. They're nervous about it. I hope they pass the test of integrity, or, if they have not passed that test of integrity, I hope they can own up to it, because the King of Presents is all about integrity, the King of Pentacles, and that's all we really want to see is integrity. Even if you messed up, that's okay, but have integrity. That's it. That's it. Be honest. Don't lie. It's not, with Capricorn, this earthy energy, if we ask about it, we know about it. So don't lie about it. It's that simple. So just be honest. Hopefully people will be just honest and upfront about it. And then we won't make any kind of suffering out of it, because that doesn't serve a practical purpose. We need to know the truth so that we can move on, just like you want to move on. If you made a boo-boo, you made a mistake, you want to move on, but you don't want to face the point of telling that truth. So it gets all convoluted. The whole point with this King of Presents is that, let's air it all out right now so that we can move on. So it's just immature when you don't want to face that moment of honesty for whatever reason, whether it's your pride and your ego, or you're really ashamed and it's shame, guilt, and fear, whatever it is. So hopefully this person with the anxiety will be able to, rise up to the standard of integrity. Okay, let's get your divine feather. I'm not going to include, because you can see it very clearly, I'm not going to include these spreads here. Oh, we have the crow. Universal laws and truths are now being revealed. Use this energy to create your reality. Universal laws and truths are now being revealed. Use this energy to create your reality, okay? Use this energy, use this truth, use what is coming up about the truth of the cosmos and your place in it. And the falcon, use your keen perception and skill in making decisions. Do not delay. Use your keen perception and skill in making decisions. Do not delay. That's over here. Someone either falling in love or really being enraptured by a creative project. They're going to just want to get to it. You're just going to want to get to it. So this is the perception and skill in making decisions with this Four of Swords, really thinking it through, being able to analyze these big, full emotions and understand it for what it really is, and having the faith to believe it. Believe it. Okay. And then here on the bottom of the deck, let go of convention and follow your own unique path. So take the road less traveled. It's more fun. With this Aquarian energy, that's what it's about, is being unconventional because it's your unique path, because you're an original, not for the sake of convention, not for the sake of being a rebel without a cause, for the sake of being true to yourself. That's what it's about here. That's the trumpet that I trumpet, is being true to yourself. Because that's why I never understood jealousy. It's not true to yourself to be jealous of someone else. Why are you degrading yourself? Why are you degrading who you are to want what someone else is for someone else's karma? You've heard me say this before on the channel. It's like wearing clothes tailor-made for somebody else. It's not going to fit you. It's not going to look right. Okay? I just want to keep going, but I'm not going to keep going. I have everyone's reading, all the individual readings to do. So I am going to shift gears and get into the energy work and get into some, recipes and guidance. And then, my dearies, just note that below, I'm going to timestamp these. And then if you see a link, that means the video is up for available purchase and it's on Patreon. If you don't see the link, I have not put it up yet. I'm putting this video out first to give you like the the Scooby Snack brief overview, and then I'm going to be recording all of them live streaming so that I can answer any questions or just say hi to everyone over on Patreon. And then you'll see those available, and I'll just keep updating that video. Okay. Okay, loves. So, okay, guys, thank you for joining me for this new part of my monthlies and maybe even my weeklies. I'm going to see how this goes. I'm so excited. Practical Magic in April was so much fun. It actually really reminded me of when I was a little girl and my father would take my sister and I to the Borders bookstore. And right when we crossed the threshold, we just burst straight to the New Age aisle. And April's Practical Magic was all about crystals, and I couldn't get through every single one of those Psychic Assist topics. So it's going to be a series, a Psychic Practical Magic series of things that will assist your psychic ability and your energy work, and yes, your witchery, if that's a label you're comfortable with. But yeah, I just remember my sister and I would just be sitting there for hours and hours, just reading every little thing about magic and witchery and witchcraft and all of that. So it just brought all of that fun back. So yeah, I'm going to be incorporating it into all of my Patreon work. And so let's dig into May 2021 stuff. Okay, guys. So what I've got for you, and this is a little taste of it. There's going to be more. Take a look. I have everything over there on the Patreon, on my website. Explore, have fun. So this is going to be, like I said, just a little Scooby Snack version of everything you're going to get in your monthly. So everyone's monthly is going to have like a tailor-made version of a little bit of all this, okay? So for the collective, for what I'm putting up on YouTube, I wanted to give you guys something to start with that, incorporates the energy of the month that you can really harness and use to the very best of your ability. And so with the Taurus influence, we're going to be going over some Taurian energies and then Geminian energies so that you can get the best of both worlds as you're going into May, as you're leaving, saying goodbye to May as well. So where do I want to start? So Taurus rules, number one, the throat and the thyroid. So the energy work that we're going to do is I want you to write this down when you're ready. Write it down. It's your affirmation. It's your programming. It's your verbal frequency, vibrational frequency programming. I speak truth, love, and integrity and deserve those who speak the same back to me. Okay. This is encapsulating a lot of different elements into one thing. It's the Taurian value. It is even the Geminian speech. It is the thyroid. I mean, it is the throat. So, that's something that I want you to have in mind very consciously when you are maybe say it every day, or maybe say it when you're feeling really insecure, or when you are feeling like you are challenged. If your throat closes up, that is your throat chakra trying to tell you something. Okay. Taurus also rules copper and emerald, rose, poppy, spearmint, and pears. So I love these things. I'm an earth sign, so I love these things. I drink about 2 pots of rose tea every single day. So that's why I have it loose in this canister, because I go through so much. I like this Tulsi Sweet Rose from Organic India, and I love supporting them. They're a family that have these, that make this. So I love that. This is what I use. This is so when you see me drinking tea, it's like always rose tea. It's the highest vibrational flower. And so this other tea that I like any rose tea. This is what I started drinking before I found this one. This is the Allegro tea, the rose tulsi, and these are in little tea bags, whereas this is loose leaf tea. Because I drink so much of it, it just makes sense to get the loose leaf. So I recommend tea all day, every day. Obviously, I live this, I live what I'm recommending. But like I said, it is the highest vibrational flower. And so because of sympathetic resonance, everything around us, we're either going to match that and it's going to be a harmonious vibration, or there's going to be an aversion and you're going to want to throw all of this stuff out, and you're not going to like, you're going to go get the Doritos, you're going to go for that like processed meat, or you're going to go for that really, cheap, low quality, dead energy things and put that into your body, or you're going to, you know what I'm saying? So it's very much connected. our realities are a direct reflection of our level of self-awareness. So if you do have aversions to different things, it is really important to note that and check that and figure out, try to think, well, why don't I like this? Or why does this trigger me? Or why does this not sit right with me? So if you're getting that way about roses and rose tea, that's like a big like red flag. So, hey, Britney Spears, rose tea. I'll make sort of an Arnold Palmer and I'll mix my tea with a juice. And I do have pears. I do have pear juice. So this is going to be, after I eat these pears, I'm going to make that little concoction and make a super drink and just like guzzle it down, because pears specifically are rich in, I don't know how to say this, caffeic. I think it's caffeic acid. The juice is rich in caffeic acid, and then the pears have caffeic in them. Obviously, it's an immune stimulant, so it's very, very healthy for you. So what you can do is you can take your emerald or your piece of copper, and what you want to do is go over in counterclockwise fashion and deprogram any source of trace negative vibrational frequencies and negative ions. And you just say that I deprogram this tonic, this juice, this tea from all negative vibrations. And you can add in whatever else. You can even do it for yourself. I deprogram myself by drinking this. I want you guys to get a little bit creative with that and see what gets triggered, because if you're here with me, you've likely had a past life where you were a shaman, a healer in Atlantis, or somewhere, a monk somewhere. So let's see what like develops for you. Okay. And then the next thing you want to do is to program what you're putting into your body. This is more specifically for, like I said, a glass of water, but you can also do this for the tonics and the potions that you're making. Okay. Like if I'm going to mix this pear juice and this rose tea. Yeah. So you've just come from deprogramming counterclockwise, reversing, and now you're going to go into program with your other hand or the dominant hand, or you don't have to change hands, whatever you feel guided to, okay? And go in a clockwise motion, in the clockwise direction, and then you program your focus. And I would stick it to anything having to relate to what this natural vibration is already going to promote and to make it even stronger. Okay. So, like for roses, that love, truth, and beauty; for the pears, that powerful antioxidant. You kind of want to be a little bit poetic in terms of these correspondences. That's what these are called, the correspondences. So, whether you have that piece of copper or the emerald, never put it in and drink it. Don't do that. Okay. I would find that inspiration there. So I would stick to, I speak truth, love, integrity. I deserve, and you program it whatever you are feeling guided to program it with. Okay. One last thing with moon water, just you can do that. I'm going to have more of that on my Patreon, on my website, on my, on all of my handles. However, do not do that for an eclipse. Do not leave your water out in the moonlight and then drink that water. That is not going to go well. Okay. That is never recommended. I do not recommend that. No one does. So it's like, don't do that. Do that for every other full moon. I would probably just pick the full moons that are like really greatly aspected, but you don't have to. But really, I strongly recommend against doing the moon water rituals at the time of an eclipse. It's already going to be a gnarly, blindsiding thing. And so you're going to have that energy in that water. It's going to get in your body. It's going to be weird. Okay. Also, for Gemini rules shoulders, arms, the nervous system. And okay, I'm going to say that agate. Oh my God. That's the trouble with people that read and don't speak. And I'll see words that I know how to pronounce, that I just can't do it. So, also lily of the valley, lavender, caraway. I can't stand caraway, never eat caraway, and carrots. So I'm going to say eat a carrot every single day. Eat a carrot every day for beta carotene antioxidants. We love antioxidants. They battle the free radicals and whatnot. So, yeah, you guys use that affirmation, that programming, what I said, I speak truth, love, and integrity, and deserve those who speak the same back to me. That's going to really set your focus every single day. And when you are drinking water, Everything holds vibration, especially this stuff, especially the stuff that we consume and put into our bodies. So for instance, if you're at a restaurant and you're rude to the waiter, or the waiter or the waitress is having a bad day and they bring your water and they're in a very agitated state, you are drinking that vibration in that water and you're putting that into your body. So it's just a good idea to deprogram and to reset some of these things that we are taking into our system. So that's where I'm going to start. I'm going to leave you guys with that. And like I said, the monthlies are going to be like a little bit different this month because I am just like really coming alive. And it's funny because I was more comfortable with the witch identity when I was like a very little child. And then life went so different and crazy. And then coming back and it took a lot to get me to be comfortable saying and identifying as a psychic. And now I'm like coming back into all of my witchy roots. I mean, I remember being like a very small child and making up concoctions and potions and things. I think every one of us has that memory. So let's have fun with this. This is effectual. If you want to know the physics and the quantum mechanics of how and why these things work, check out my website, theartigan.com/CIA. In that gateway process document breakthrough freaking thing, they break it down one by one, thing by thing, why this works. So I am doing that already in 1-minute TikToks on my TikTok. So follow me over there. And I am also doing my psychokinesis logs and my telepathy logs over on TikTok. If you're interested in learning telepathy or telekinesis or psychokinesis or any other psychic ability, follow me on TikTok. Register for one of the classes or hop on Patreon. You can toggle up, toggle down. Also, I'm on Instagram. Watch Natalie for TikTok and Instagram. Instagram is if you want to learn about the tarot and about the astrology, and that's where I post updates. So if there's anything that needs an update for the website, for the YouTube channel, anything, or if I have a goofy joke to tell, anything, I go to my Instagram stories. So follow me over on Instagram. And that's about it, you guys. Like I said, everything's being unlocked on Patreon. And I hope you guys got a lot out of this. Let me know what you think, what you'd like to see more of. And I will see you guys very, very soon. I love you guys. Take really good care. And until next month, dearies, many beautiful blessings upon all of your beautiful heads, darlings. Mwah.